Greetings,
World, aka Void Effigy.
Thanks for joining. Welcome,
how's that cookbook coming? The Monty cookbook.
Yes, fantastic.
We need an update.
What's the word? Slow.
Nah.
Slow. Got super sick.
Bummer.
I heard you hacking on your stream the other day.
That sucks.
I will be hacking on this stream today. Not real
As you
hacks.
die of sickness.
Go out
Hacking
coughing
of
like
blood.
that one guy during that conversation we had.
So, welcome to episode 7 of...
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
episode
crazy.
7 of our Numenera Jade Colossus campaign. Yeah, we're a little bit split, the group is, at the moment. So the other group, we saw what was up to them last week on their journey. The groups are going to be meeting up in the west, near the Westwood. I guess a image of the map
Sounds really good.
is helpful. So you can see the other group is moving along the yellow path, and they are currently in Bodrov because they went off this path that I had originally kind of guesstimated of where they would meet up. So they have met in Bodrov, which you can see on the red path as the second to last dot on that one. So this week we're going to be following the red path where Patsy and Bobert are going to be journeying west. Oh, and you know what? I believe I'm just talking. Just words in my mouth
Bring them on out, Pete.
that are just coming out into the world.
Just
free.
lay them down on this table.
Here they are. So, since we only had 2 players in this particular group, we're having Josh join as the NPC Qualhern, who those loyal fans would know as the sentient creature that has possessed all of the horses in which the carriage that the group is traveling
Which
with.
should they be coming from this way, do you think?
I think probably from
down
the castle, like from
Okay,
outer,
coming through
outer
that way.
gate.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
well, then we'll move them off for now. Sophie, behind you is on the... Or wait, did you guys already get down your characters?
I put them in
Oh,
these
okay,
beds.
sorry, excuse me.
Because we were wanting to rest first thing.
I'm gonna put you in the carriage. Unless you need them out.
No.
Okay.
Put them in these beds.
Do you mind if we take some rests, Keith?
Some rest, yeah. So this is actually many days after you left Ballarad. You guys traveled south and stopped in the village of Fasten, which is a pretty small, nondescript, pretty boring village that we don't necessarily need to
Discuss.
discuss. You guys just went along your
What
way.
happens in lessons stays in lessons. Baby.
It's not of great import what happened there, but
Keyword nondescript.
that was my weird spitting words out onto the table because I realized there was an entire town that I missed on the way there. But Fasten is a very small town, so there wasn't a whole lot going on there. You guys stocked up on supplies, got some feed for Qualhern, or for the organisms in which Qualhern inhabits, and some food for some travel rations for
Yes,
yourselves.
I do still require sustenance.
Fantastic. I'm gonna get you everything you need.
Very good.
And then you set off south for a time and traveled along the Weir River. Switch back to the map here. Traveled west
that's
along
right.
the Weir River and arrived at the city of Shallamas. So, the city of Shallamas is one that Patsy has spent some time in the past. As has Orion. This was where you guys met, correct? In the Cabal of Whispers.
Yes.
And this is also the place where the Cabalist of Desire lives. The man known secretly, well, his That's his secret identity, but his true identity is Kappa Vindori. He's a.
Would I know this or no?
Well, that is up to O'Brien. Josh, would you have shared with him the true identity of your former master who's hunting you?
Yes. If I knew it, I would have shared it with you.
Okay. So I know it. Fantastic.
Put the trust.
Already got it.
Put the trust on the table. Dessert.
Retroactive backstory to straight.
So yes, he resides in this city, and he was the one who orchestrated the madcap trap that was meant to capture Orion with the clone of Prisma. And he was also the owner of Prisma, and he's hunting Orion's character because he stole the compass, right?
Yep.
To find the treasure that the group is transporting west. The other group flung it bodily from the ship that they were traveling in, which had landed upon the shore
thanks to a nat 20.
in a beautiful moment of victory.
There was like 5 minutes there that Orion was just on top of the world with the deactivation of that automaton, and then the nat 20 throwing the thing out. It was like we went from dire straits to pretty comfy.
Edge of glory.
Yeah.
I still think that ship should have blown up after.
Yeah.
For no reason. I don't want a reason. I just want it to blow up.
Just for the visual.
So that group is the one wielding the actual artifact, but this group is traveling with its own mysterious agenda.
So you said there were several days.
Yes.
So would that mean that our health would be all the way full?
Yeah.
No rolling for it.
Yeah.
I figured.
There's been enough rest that he would be back.
Fantastic.
Oh, it was good to be alive.
Haven't had that since the beginning of the campaign,
Right.
huh?
Not.
I do not require rest, but my forms do.
That's a weird one.
So you guys arrive in the great city of Shallamas, which is a massive mercantile hub of trade, right?
Yes.
You guys, as you're approaching the city, you're seeing there's a huge walled gate, right? There's a massive wall with 4 gates.
Give him the shot of
The shot of the terrain.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yes. Here is our exquisite terrain, as handcrafted lovingly by the terrain master.
Oh, that
Josh.
reminds me.
Ooh,
Let us do
the gravity
something
well
about
is right
I'm
there.
not rolling a thing until I roll the gravity.
Yeah, no doubt.
The gravity well.
Let's put a bird on that.
I think so.
Yeah, it's right behind you, Daniel, up on the rock in the very front.
Okay, you got.
In case you're wondering what the gravity well is that we are rolling right now, check out the chat, as the chat golem is explaining it in a delicate fashion.
Blessings be upon your rolls.
And thus the magic of the gravity well. And a bird has been placed upon it, because that is
Which means many things and nothings.
the importance.
Yep.
And also the emoticon given to our subscribers. So make sure to subscribe. We're working on more benefits for the subscribers, but for the moment we've got emoticons and eternal thanks. And also, when we get to 15, we are going to vote on the second weekly stream. So we're already kicking around ideas for that in our Discord,
Nice, Keith. Good segue. I was gonna do it if you didn't.
which you should check out at the link in the chat, for our lovely, excited community.
Of 4 people and some recent joy. It's a very excited community.
It is very excited, and we are exciting. And yeah, soon to be taking on many more streams. So yeah, stay tuned. In any case, you guys arrive at the gate. Well, as you're approaching the gate, you're seeing a line of wagons. It seems almost like a caravan. Until you realize that it's actually multiple caravans long, and all of them are waiting to pass through the front gate.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, indeed. It is giving the impression of all of them there to sell things and to buy other things to take with them to sell elsewhere. They're all like overloaded with goods to be sold and traded. Which is just deets. We don't have to get into the nitty gritty of the exchange. Yes, yes. Go to each one and shake their hand and meet them.
Bobert might do that. You're right, though. We don't have to get into it, but just let it be known.
As you guys are waiting in line, though, you witness. You're kind of staring off into the distance into the flowing fields as some blood barms are moving about in a small herd, and you witness some children gamboling about. And playing some kind of stick hockey game, and they're running towards you guys, and one of them hits the ball with the stick, and it's flying directly towards you.
Oh, Bobby, let's catch it!
At a startling rate.
What do I do?
Roll for me.
What
Speed.
do I roll? Speed. Okay, I'm using 2 effort because I have got to impress them. Do it!
2 effort.
Yeah.
I'm catching this damn ball.
Bobber just lays out for this thing.
All the other
Diving catch off the wagon.
One-handed.
the other merchants who are all like lined up, and there's several have even pulled up behind you guys in this line of this strange funneling into this city. They're all turning and watching this happening, and Bobbert leaps, dives graciously with muscles flexing, and in this perfect moment of catching the ball, and then the ball, like a ghost, slips through his hands, excuse me. And the children keep running, and as they get close, they slip past you as well, as if they are ethereal ghosts.
Whoa. Has Qualhern been here before?
Bobert takes damage from emotions.
Qualhern has been here, as has Patsy, and you guys know this, and maybe Bobbert has in the past, though. You can roll me a intellect.
Well, she is from Bodrov, right? Which is pretty close.
Yeah, so it seems like.
Let's see if I know anything. I know 10 things.
Yeah.
So, what you guys know about Shallamas is that it is the city of echoes, and something inexplicable, something in the way that the world of the Ninth World always has these crazed, inexplicable things happening, right? Some kind of curse the people of Shallamas sometimes believe has been placed upon it, where memories of the past echo in ghost-like forms all around the city all the time. These were real moments in time, and they're echoing from the past, like holograms playing out. And it is so thoroughly believed that someone tried in court, someone who witnessed a crime echoed will be believed in court.
Wow.
So it is.
Dang.
It is
Yeah, like
solid.
I didn't witness the original crime, but I witnessed the echo of the crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's held up many times in court. So it's a constant in the city.
It's truth. It's just playing at the wrong time.
And there's no controlling it, and there's no like pulling it out. It just happens.
Makes sense that.
But it's always in the place where it happened, right?
Makes sense. Is this where the Cabal is stationed, or no?
They have Charmon is the kind of their home.
Yeah,
but there is a big presence.
I was saying it makes sense that a more secretive society would exist in a place where
the masks
crimes could be witnessed in repeat.
And there are a lot of criminal organizations in Shallamas, and many of them wear masks for the whole purpose of like, if their crimes are witnessed in Echo, it's far more likely that their crimes will be witnessed at some time, because even if they covered it in the moment, it might be echoed later. So many different organizations wear masks here. So
I'm just gonna close his hand on that, and there are some tears. He tears up. He doesn't like tears don't roll down, but he also is smiling, and this is probably the happiest that Qualgren or Patsy, if they pay attention to Bobert's emotional state, have seen him during this travel so far. He's gonna go and kind of contentedly sit back in the wagon, just in a good mood now.
Bobert caught the ball, but did not catch the ball.
He loves that. That's the best feeling that he could have right now.
Okay.
Haven't been to Shallamas before, have you?
No, this will be my first time. I like it alright so far, I think.
The Echoes, they play a significant part in the life here. Strange part, but significant nonetheless.
I don't think it's so strange, Patsy.
I find it disturbing.
It's just like your memories, except outside of yourself.
Yeah, I like to keep those under wrap as much as I can.
I'm sure you do, Patsy. Speaking of which, what's the plan here again? I'm assuming you've got one. Otherwise...
First, we're gonna get past all these merchants, because I don't have time to wait in this line.
That's something to take up in Qualgren.
Oh. Second... We need to have a talk.
Now's as good a time as any.
I suppose. I'm here to meet up with someone else from the Cabal.
Okay.
The Cabalist of Desire.
Sounds nice.
I suppose you'll have as deep of a dislike as I have for him when you find out exactly what he's done.
You can try me.
In an attempt to capture Orion, Desire created Prisma clone, and sent it as bait. As in typical Cabal form, trickery and lies.
I don't know that I wouldn't call Prisma a lie.
Okay, I wouldn't call Prisma clone a lie either, but
You just
nonetheless.
did, Patsy. You gotta get informed if you're gonna be meeting with a Cabalist. At least that's the impression I have of your people.
Nonetheless, this character is deceitful.
No
And-
more so than you, Patsy. I like you all right. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Well, if you're coming along with, then you're going to be lying to the Cabal as well.
I'm no good at lying. But people seem to get real confused when I speak the truth, so we might be alright.
Don't worry, I don't plan on allowing you to speak much
Patsy.
if you come. I'm sorry, I can't risk it. This person will have many connections in this town, and if you give off any hint that you're not who you say you are,
I am
it's
exactly
both of our
what I
necks.
say I am.
What do you expect that to be today, Bobert?
I won't know until it's happened.
At this, I take out Hunger's mask and I pass it to Bobert.
Bobert does not raise a hand to accept that thing. It's gonna look hard in your eyes.
You cannot meet the Cabalist without it.
You trying to give this to me, Patsy?
I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting you wear
Patsy
it.
Styles. It's gonna take some elbow grease to get this on you.
I was hoping a little convincing was in order.
Well, what you got to say? You better apply some effort. Feel pretty strongly about this one, Patsy.
Here's the thing. Orion and I are both in danger as long as Desire's plans are in effect. I need your help to be convincing today. If you choose to not lie your way through it, then I fear I must take on this journey myself, and that's fine. I will roll persuasion.
Get on it.
This is a tricky realm, but if you would like to oppose it,
We'll see.
you would roll an intellect defense.
You had some good persuasive points that are weak areas for Bobert. Go ahead and roll it.
Sometimes you gotta choose.
All the time you gotta choose, Patsy.
Well, today you gotta choose your friends or someone you know to be deceptive and harmful.
Those are about the same thing.
And if you're trained or have an asset or something, you're going to add 3 for each because you're rolling against her.
Right, so I am trained in persuasion, so I have a total of a 17 without effort.
I think
With just glaring back into your
opposing
eyes.
with no effort is an appropriate reaction.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
And with a
She rolled a 19.
With a 19, I think some element of truth from Patsy seeps out from his words that you observe. What are you not telling her?
It's because I caught the ball.
I am not telling her that.
Him, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm not
Bobert's
telling
guy.
Bobert
Bobert.
doesn't care.
I'm not telling Bobert that the plan that I have for Cabalist of Desire and getting past Cabalist of Desire and potentially getting Cabalist of Desire out of the way doesn't just suit me in my desire to help Orion and I. That is certainly a truth, but there's more
There's
to it
more to it.
and then that. Is that a sufficient amount
That
of
was
information?
good. That's very helpful.
For those just joining
Still holding
us,
the mask out.
our characters are heading into the city of Shallamas, the city of echoes, in order to, it's a stop along the way, but our character Patsy is a member of the Cabalist of Whispers, a secret organization kind of dedicated to the acquisition of power and wealth, and very secretive. And he has killed the Cabalist of Hunger. And stolen his mask in Ballarad, and he is the Cabalist of Thirst, so he has that mask, and he hopes to deceive the Cabalist of Desire, who is the next tier up from these people, and formerly Orion's master, and has sprung this trap on Orion in the last few sessions to try and capture him because he is wanted. Just catching those up who are joining us. So,
Bobert will take the mask.
takes the mask.
Listen closely, Patsy.
I'm listening.
I'm doing this because I believe that you are your best self when you're looking out for Orion. As soon as you stop that, we're gonna have a different story.
Your words cut me, Bobert.
Doubt it. You got thick skin, Patsy Styles. Now get us to the front of this line. I'm about bored talking to you.
Mind if I do? As I grab whatever is the reins on Qualhern, if there are any.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like reins, or is it?
I think you just
talk to him. Yeah.
I want to make a roll to see.
Talk to them.
No reins.
Do I know any way around this, or is this the only entrance?
There are 4 gates like this, but they're always like this. All 4 of them. At least during your guys are coming in during rush hour. Right? Yeah. But money does everything in Shallamas, right?
After. Yeah, well. I'm not about to pay my way into my own city.
You're gonna wait like a plebeian?
I will not wait either. Qualhern, do you mind getting us up near the front? Maybe the second in line or something like that.
I never mind such things. The laws of men are beneath me. I simply do as I am commanded.
I like the way you think.
Do what makes you happy, Qualhern. You don't mind Patsy's commands, they wouldn't go so far.
Very well. Yeah, Qualhern just like, I guess, pulls off to the side and just starts passing along people. On the shoulder.
The shoulder, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the eerie thing about Qualhern is that all of the horses' hooves moved at the exact same time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Shall I look prancy for us?
Yeah, put on a show,
Doing
Qualhern.
the high feet.
Yes.
In the
I
round.
love it.
Totally.
Shall I look prancy for us?
That actually works out pretty well. I like that, Qualhern.
The first person that was like right in front of you guys is like, "Where do you think you're going?" And you guys just pass them. Then a couple people, you just hear mumbling, murmuring of all these merchants. They're like shaking.
I'm not even
shaking
looking at
fists
Blow
at
a
you.
kiss every now and again.
You think you are?
We get up to the second chariot or whatever. We're wagon.
There's some town guard who are inspecting paperwork. See you pull up and are like,
Yeah, they look at the coach, or not the coach, but the seat, the driver's seat, and there's no one sitting there, right? And they're
Are one of
inside,
you guys sitting
of
there?
the coach, I think.
Yeah, we're inside the coach.
yeah.
So they just see a
Looks-
wagon pull up, the carriage.
Scratches his beard and then walks over and like knocks on the carriage.
I open it.
Any particular reason you're not waiting in line like the rest of them?
What's the Kappa's name?
Vendori.
Kappa Vendori wouldn't like it if I waited much, would he?
Bobert laughs out loud.
Yes.
Snort.
Give me a persuasion
I'll use
or an intellect.
Put some wisdom effort down.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not using effort with this guy. He's a pleb. Oh, God!
Oh.
I'm a pleb. With my nat one.
Right. He knows that accent is fake.
God damn it.
Well, good thing you didn't use effort. I don't know if it would have mattered.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I got a GM intrusion for that." Right? He's like, "Well, if." Well, if Kappa Vendor is involved, then I think there's a pretty penny in it for me then.
I suppose so. I flick him a shin.
No, I don't think that'll do it.
He catches it and then goes like that.
Yeah, right. Bobert's with him. Bobert's like, come on, Patsy. Yeah, I'm sure you got more where that came from. Nice fella.
Certainly you guards get paid pretty well. Take out another shin.
Nothing compared to people who work for Kappa Vendori.
I take out 2 more and give it to him.
That's right.
You hear Qualhern in your head say, "Shall I kick him?" And you maybe lean out and look forward, and one of the horses is kind of lined up, just with the right angle. And just kind of.
He's inspecting the shins, and is like, I think 15 might be a proper price for
Okay,
this.
whoa, hold up. I'm gonna jump in here with some Bobert.
I start to turn my rings around.
Intervene. Okay, so this is just no effort, just a 12.
Persuasion?
Yeah, just a 12 persuasion. I think you got about your fair share. You don't want to get too greedy. You know, if Cap is involved, then something goes down in town, word gets back that you let us in, there could be some problems.
I'm also trained in persuasion. Can I aid at all?
Yeah.
Do I just give the aid, or do I need to roll for it? I can't remember.
You know what they say? Clink it, don't overthink it.
I think if you're an equal amount of skill to them, you just add a +1.
Okay. I'm
Right?
trained, and I think you're not, right? In persuasion stuff.
I don't know what it means if you have a higher rank.
Yeah. I think it gave an asset. We were talking about this the other week, but
Oh, Kitty's here.
oi!
Hey, girl.
Hey!
Hey. That one bribery becomes extortion.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He says, well, I think 3 shins keeps you from getting in jail.
You got
10 shins gets you through this door.
Oh, goodness.
Jail from cutting, in line or whatnot.
Bobert thinks, kick him.
You actually think that? Because
Yes!
I don't think
Yes!
Walhern
Bobert
has any sort
absolutely
of.
thinks that.
All right, then
110%. We're not
can I
paying
borrow a d20 real quick? I
tensions.
need to grab one out.
Get it.
So this is a might check.
Sorry,
I guess.
Patsy.
I think so, yeah.
No, this
That
is
sounds
great, because Patsy was about to do something ridiculous.
14. The horse just falls off.
Clock him.
That would break something.
He stumbles backwards and falls into a puddle of muck.
Let's roll.
I lean out the window. Very good, then! On you go!
He says, well, fine then, and scrambles and picks up the coin that he had, the shin that he had left on the ground, and is like, well, move along then.
He's nursing his back or
Yeah.
leg
Then
or
Qualner
something.
takes off and prancy feet again.
Call in.
And definitely like whips my tail in
Yes,
his face
Colin
as
is going to
well.
have the finest millet.
Patsy is remembering this guard's face
Yes.
very intently.
He's got a handlebar mustache. Yeah. That's been dyed a bright blue.
Yeah, but the rest of it is the 5 o'clock shadow. That's just like the normal brown color, kind of like Hulk Hogan with the blonde handlebar. But this one's blue instead.
Yes.
Can't miss him.
I'm gonna rip that thing off his face.
Easy now, Patsy. We got bigger fish to fry now.
You're right, Bobber. I'm just a little.
Yeah,
Just a little.
I know you are. This is strange. I feel real calm. I've never been here before, but I feel
Come
like
in.
we got a handle on this.
Coming back here is it's a little weird. I haven't been back since since Orion and I left.
You hear a
Fled is probably more accurate.
Left is the tactful way of describing that.
The glint way.
You hear a raucous laughter erupt from the ramparts up top, as several of the other guards who are like stationed to watch have witnessed this guy get kicked by the horse, and they're just laughing and cheering, and he's this guy with the blue mustache. Yeah.
Thank you, Siren.
Sirenscape, everyone.
Sirenscape. Come through.
That's awesome.
They're laughing and cheering, and the guy with the blue mustache is like blushing and is like wiping the muck off of himself and is clearly embarrassed. And you guys make your way through the Barbican and there are many murder holes through the barbican where there are crossbows, murder holes, crossbows poised to see if anybody is up to no good. And immediately after passing another like line of guards that are keeping anyone from kind of doing the same kind of cutting that you guys were doing on like right on the other side of the gate, you pass by that line of those armed guards and immediately are swarmed with children and teenagers that are all speaking at you at once, right? And they're all like, where are you trying to go? Like, what marketplace are you trying to find? Like, I know the best way. No, I know the best way. And they're just swarming all over this wagon. They're like looking through, climbed up on the side of the wagon and are like looking into the window and shouting this. And some of them are just like haphazardly like reaching with like a map. And it's just this like madhouse. The wagon is like clearly like overweighted as they're all just shouting.
Qualhorn's like, shall I kick them too?
No, hold up.
Absolutely.
Don't you kick them, Qualhorn. You're fine.
They are not fine.
Bobert is delighted.
Bobert, if you, I think you probably know a little bit about Orion, that he grew up on the streets and that he was an orphan of the streets of Shallamas. So these are maybe, I mean, obviously later generations, but these are the same.
No wonder he
one of these kids could have been a baby Orion.
Yeah, no, he thinks they're great. They're not causing any trouble, Patsy.
Patsy is pushing their faces off the wagon currently, like reaching through windows and pushing them
You
off.
relax and tell Qualhorn where we need to go.
Well, we can't go anywhere with this sea of kids.
We'll just slowly make our way. I'm sure none of them are going to get stomped on. Seems like a great place to grow up.
And,
let's see.
And you're also witnessing an echo of like a similar group of children swarming over a different wagon that's nearby. It's like overlapping with your wagon.
Best day of his life. God. He is on cloud 9. This is not what I expected, but I'm loving it.
If I know where the Kappa's district is, that's probably where I would be headed immediately. I do not want to linger here.
Yeah,
I want to do the business and then
he owns a very fancy restaurant, tavern, so to speak, named the Crystal Saber. That he often does his business deals in, and it's heavily guarded.
I want to
think of like the mob, Italian restaurant that it's like everybody there are mobsters, right?
I want to
except they're serving up something delightful that Void Effigy is going to contribute to us.
Yes. Excellent. Can't wait.
Who is working on a Numenera cookbook for the Ninth World, right? For this crazy setting.
That's so fantastic. I basically want to acquire some information on how to use the Cabalists' form of communication, that call, but I want to do my best to attract Desire's attention and as little other cabal in the area as possible. So I'm trying to acquire some information on getting close to his current location.
Yeah, I should say that this all right, we've got some excellent meal options when that moment comes. Thank you, Void Effigy. Perfect.
Who needs that like random chart anymore?
I know. Just roll it.
It's all just meat too. It's fantastic.
Yes.
Gonna get the meat sweats from that meal for sure.
I should say that the crystal saber is not known to be owned by Kappa Ventori. It's owned by the Cabalist of Desire, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where he does his Cabalist business deals with his mask and everything.
Yeah. Cool.
You can definitely all the masks have that ability to send out that ping that we had talked about before. So you could try that, but that would alert all. There's not like a one-way thing. It just like as a burst.
Okay.
To all the.
But
other,
I would know that this is
Cabalists.
where he often does his bidding, and therefore I could probably attract his attention, at least his attention, if not few or other Cabal as possible. All right. So I recommend Qualhern take us to the Crystal Saber.
I got this fancy looking.
I guess all I have to do is really think
Correct.
about it. I don't have to tell. I don't have to tell him. I just think about, or tell them.
Yeah, I think that
Just think about it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But hold on to that one too. All right. Along the way, you guys are right by the gate. There's this flood of all these children, and no one has set up any kind of mercantile anything right there, right? It's just like this is where everybody arrives. But shortly after traveling like a few blocks through the city, it's just like every street is an open air market, right? This whole city is districts of markets, and everyone is selling. So there are all these tent-like awnings. I actually have an excellent picture to demonstrate this.
Sweet.
Just give me 1 second, viewers at home.
this seems like a good time to refill my tank.
Here is our picture of the city of Shallamas. So yeah, lots of tented. I know that's hard for you guys to see, but tented open air market, right? There's all kinds of strange, Numenera-like devices floating like spyglasses and whatnot. One merchant who's particularly forceful is 2 abhumans, which I guess the only abhumans you guys have encountered so far have been the Syzygy ghouls. So they're kind of humans, but they're very different, right?
Humanoid.
They're pulling this floating barge stacked full tiers of like all kinds of weird, it almost seems like junk. Some of it seems like maybe it's Numenera, but a lot of it's junk, and they're like in the middle of the road, right? They're cutting between all these other established shops, and as they get close to you guys, there's this blast of psychic information that's being sent to you and think of it as the equivalent of the barker who's like, oranges for 5 shins or whatnot. You're hearing all that kind of stuff, but all of a sudden these 2 voices overlapping with one another just blasts you with all this, like as if they said in the course of a single minute the price of every single thing on this cart, like rapid fire, like overlapping with one another to the point where the information doesn't make any sense, and it's just like this crazed noise in your head, right? And they don't even seem to be looking at you. They're just kind of darting around.
No,
Everybody, you're seeing other people near them being like, ah!
Oh. That bites. That's the only thing I haven't liked about Shallamas so far.
And really, these things look almost like aggressive. Like they don't seem to be in charge of this operation. They're like chained to it, and they're like kind of pulling it around, and they're all like,
Whoa. I'll lean my head out the window. We don't want whatever you're buying.
There's just no logical response whatsoever. But then you hear like repeated a couple times over instructions on how to like there's a jar and the second tier here, and if you place enough money there, wait several seconds and do it slowly so that the creatures don't attack you. So it's like instructing you on how best to pay for the objects and then take them so that these abhumans don't hurt you.
Bobber wants to roll on
Yeah.
into this.
It's just a weird random thing that
Ooh.
happens, right? So,
Not into it.
so that's the kind of feeling that this city is giving you guys. You're encountering all kinds of.
Otherwise, what a splendid display
Some are-
of the beauty of humanity and humanity.
Yes.
Humanity and adjacent experiences.
Yes.
Albert loves it. He's delighted.
Perfect. Just loving it.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
but
very off kilter, I think. I think Patsy's
eventually it will occur to
uncomfortable.
So, Patsy, we're headed to your destination, your date with Desire. As it
Yes.
were. You want to give me some instructions on how to play this part?
Well, the first thing is we're going to get to the bar.
You think I look like hunger?
You won't
Probably
need to.
Does not. This is the guy that was like wearing Ponzi clothes, right? Opposite.
You won't need to.
Why?
It's extremely rare that the Cabalists meet in person.
But you do know that these two were working together to make this happen, right? To make the Orion trap. Mm-hmm. So.
We'll just get some long flowing clothes and dress you up. I take another dart at the crazy creatures that are like, do they have any clothes there?
Surely we can get some somewhere else, Patsy. I don't know about
This might be discreet. Those things look crazy.
No, they don't seem to have any clothes. No.
Lucked out, Bobert. I was gonna make you pay for it.
I don't have any money on me. Left it all at Astor's place.
That's fine. Anyway,
Yeah, I gotta figure something out about that before we get to boat drive.
I think as long as you don't speak, it'll be alright.
Alright, now you just gotta be careful. If he says something that crosses me, I don't know if I can help it. Reminder,
Bobber.
inability to restraint, subtlety, sneaking, and lying.
Let me-
just want to put that out there.
Let me put something out there, Bobber. There are more
great.
Cabalists and gangsters in this city under this man's control than you and I could ever face.
We're all just
If you
people,
want
Patsy.
to get out of here alive,
People die like all the rest of them.
if you want to get out of here alive, then I suggest you heed my warning.
What's the wording, Patsy? Don't talk? I'm telling you,
Speak.
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna convince him that you can't speak. It should be excellent.
You might gotta gag me or something. I don't know, Patsy. You're a gamble. I'm not gonna deceive you. I can't make any promises, but I will try my best. For Orion.
If you just keep thinking about Orion and his love for Prisma,
And his love for you. You all are great friends, and it's been a pleasure to watch you two take care of each other, even though you've come up from some hard places, done some bad things, and
well, you're gonna have the pleasure of watching my skin be removed if you talk during this meeting.
Patsy. I don't know that my words have ever made someone's skin get ripped off. There's a lot of other factors at play that I think you can control.
We'll see.
You keep those wings turned right, Patsy.
I tell Colhern to make a pit stop at the next clothiers or whatever it is that
Shopping montage! Let's go!
Yes.
Very good.
There's you guys find a very tall humanoid who's riding on a ergivore hound, which looks like this. I don't have a picture for those at home, but
Fantastic.
yeah, this is also my random table of traveling
Ooh.
vendors, which has been great.
Does it have
from
enough
the
tongues?
Well, that thing's horrifying.
yeah. So he's riding on top of it, and has kind of this whole like metal rack constructed out from the saddle of this
Nice.
beast with all these clothes hanging from it. As you guys approach and start looking through the stuff, the figure nods at you but doesn't speak. But as you're like sorting through things, will like hold out his hand and stop you, and then like direct your hand towards this other thing, and like so is mute in some way, but is communicating recommendations and whatnot with hand gestures.
Bobert's leaving this all to Patsy.
I need something nice. Something a little flamboyant. Flowy.
Directs you to this beautiful flowing silk garment of a blue of brilliant blues that might, for those in the know, be from the far north beyond the sky crystal cloud fields. It might be of Gaian make.
This does not seem like something that Hunger would have worn, huh?
No, but it is expensive and quite rare, so it's possible. But it might be a little bit too,
No. Dress it down a bit. It's too much.
Then he shows you a pair of blue jeans to put on under.
Yes! Bobert wants the blue jeans!
And Chuck tees. Just to dress it down a bit.
Just a bit, just one notch.
Well, in any case, you find the thing that you want.
Discount rack.
Yes. A set of garish clothes that never get dirty or show signs of wear and tear. Yes.
That sounds more like
Perfect.
Yes.
Green and purple jumpsuit.
Yes, put it on me.
Excellent recommendations here, Void Effigy. Well, whatever outfit you guys deem, you can describe it to me and we'll say that you...
I think it's right there.
Yeah.
The neon yellow, green and purple jumpsuit.
Screams hunger.
Yeah, excellent. You go to pay for this purchase with shins, and the figure goes like this,
Lord.
and gestures towards your the pack or the pouch that you have that you know has midnight stones. And you've noticed as you've been searching through the clothing that this hound has been sniffing it. I'm almost picturing like, in a clothing like a Kohl's or something, how they have those racks that are like circular,
Yes.
and he's just like really tall in the middle of it and being like, this, like parting them and being like, this one right here.
How much midnight stone do we have? A little pile of it?
This is just
Did I
whatever
quantify it when you got that?
I don't know what we
No.
have though.
But so this is whatever you
I have-
individually would have picked up
From that
the,
pipe that was...
Yeah, what are those?
Yeah, I
things
know. I
called?
have some written on Orion's character sheet from when I had grabbed some.
Yeah, I knew I had grabbed a little, but I did not write it down.
We'll say he just wants half of whatever you got.
Oh, that's. I was gonna say 2/3, so half is over.
While it's pretty populous in Ballarad, the midnight zone gets rarer the further you get from it.
Yeah. So I say to it that I will give it 2/3 of the midnight stone, or an equivalent to half of the midnight stone in shins.
Wait, so you're giving it? You just offered to give it more midnight stone.
No, you said 2/3 and threw me off. I meant 1/4.
1/4. Hold on.
1/3.
Patsy,
Yeah.
yes. No, go for
No,
it.
I'll do a quarter. A quarter of my midnight stone, or an equivalent half of the midnight stone that I have in shins.
Okay, he'll do a quarter of the midnight stone.
Interesting.
I will have to double check on the cost of midnight stone. I can do that during the break, but
Yeah.
and then divvy out kind of exactly how much you guys got for
Okay.
that. But yeah, he accepts the quarter.
I'll just write down that I have a quarter less midnight stone than I should have.
Midnight stone minus 1/4.
You have 3/4 midnight stone.
Three-quarters plot midnight stone.
Midnight stone, effectively.
And immediately takes the handful of stones and holds it down, and this like weird hound's tongues lash out and just lick it up, and then it's got this bulldog face, right? So it's just and it's just drooling like all over the place, and it's got that weird like black green look to it. as it's just chewing up the midnight stone, and it seems like excited and energized by this. Yeah, almost like it's just an expensive creature to keep up.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to it. I just walk off toward the carriage.
Well, now you got your neon yellow and purple
Yeah,
jumpsuit.
Bobert's just gonna start taking stuff off and putting stuff on.
Right here.
Yeah, in the carriage.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
In the
she's
middle
so
of the
excited,
street.
like a kid at a
Thank
shoe
you.
store. It's like I gotta wear these out of the store. That's what I always.
Excellent. Thank you, Void FG. Each is worth about 20 shins. Well, we'll make this easy and say that you had the equivalent of 4
Excellent.
midnight
I have
stones.
4 midnight stones.
But
Get
it's like
one.
it's like it was crushed, but it's the equivalent of.
So about 80 shins.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got
So, yeah,
I've got 60 left.
that's his running gag, right? Void Effigy is we're paying you by the hour as a Numenera consultant.
It's a pretty generous.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
good.
at least be a living wage like Amazon, you know. 15 an hour. Push for that living wage.
Well, we appreciate it very much so. We'll send you the check in midnight stones.
Oh, awesome.
A combination of midnight stones and Patsy
Shins.
points,
And Patsy points, excellent.
which are worth about 100 midnight stones.
Yeah, they're not given away lightly.
Except in the last session where I think 3 were given away
Yeah.
within like an hour.
People were,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even Patsy, so who knows if they counted.
That's
Patsy's
the
very
point.
stingy.
All
With his
right.
money, not with his.
No,
It's hard.
I think that holds.
You're right.
Patsy's very stingy.
You're
full
right.
Stop.
While Bobert is changing in the wagon, you're just hanging out outside.
Yeah.
You see,
You're like holding up the towel. You're doing that equivalent. You're looking the other way.
And I'm trying to understand Qualhern, and it's just like not getting in. Just like.
you see out of the corner of your eye someone leaning out a window, and they strike. You know how like if you see out of the corner of your eye someone that you recognize, and you do like the double take, you do the double take, and you see that it's Prisma. And when you squint and look closer, you see it's an Echo. But she's leaning out the window and she's kind of looking.
Oh no! It's like the highway man. I'm so upset. No.
But does Bobber see this, or is
No,
Bobber
thank God Bobber didn't see this. Shallamas would be ruined. It would just be
what
a
else
sobbing
happens?
Cabalist of
Is that it?
Desire.
She's just looking out the window like as if she's waiting for someone. Just looking off into the distance.
She's not waiting for someone.
You know precisely who she's waiting for,
Yes.
or who she was waiting for at some time.
What is this building? Do I recognize it?
It is yeah, just some residential. It's a fancy kind of residential home, 3 flat kind of thing. So this was probably the house that she was
By the
assigned to
merchant
work or whatnot. Yeah, as a servant.
Okay. Shoot.
Also, note that by the magical plot, almost all of the echoes will be relevant
Of
to you
course they
guys.
will.
Just pretend that all the echoes
There's
that
a
you
lot of
see that
other
are
echoes
not
happening.
relevant.
We
I
see
don't really
others, but-
mention. Yeah.
Okay, so while Bobert's still changing, I walk over to the thing and to the thing that just sold me those clothes, and I'm like, "Can you speak at all? Can you say words? Who can?" Shit. All right. And I look around for anyone else in the immediate area who looks like they can probably speak.
Yeah, there's people all over the place. Like everywhere you're going, it's pretty packed in.
You're dodging people.
I grab somebody by the collar. Hey,
It's a Vargellan.
sure, whoever, you know, Patsy doesn't care.
Let me get the Vargellan image up. So he's got the thin head. He's
That's right.
trying to sell this skull. It's all he's got. He's approaching you and is like, would you like to buy this skull, good sir?
And I'm like, and I like grab him up. Hey, who lives at this house?
Look, his like weird fish eyes swivel and looks, and he's like, I don't know the likes. They're far above my station. I'm trying to sell a skull. Do you think I know the names of every damn noble in the city?
You're gonna need a new skull if you don't tell me who lives right here at this house.
Bobert comes out of the
And I'm
carriage.
making-
looking
yes,
resplendent.
looking
Yes,
resplendent
it just
in Bobert's
explodes out of the carriage.
Just fabulous.
Patsy, what are you doing?
Does it help the bargain to know that I killed this creature myself? Which is exceedingly rare in the streets.
I love this guy's voice.
Bobert wants to in on this.
I'd be interested in purchasing it, perhaps.
Oh, but I also have this other skull.
Oh.
Oh my!
They look like maybe they're from the same animal.
So I'm gonna use the. I'm gonna lie to this creature and tell it I will certainly buy both of these skulls from you if you
No, excellent.
who
That is all the skulls I have.
who lives here at this house.
Why
And
don't
I'm
we
making-
go, Patsy, hold on. We can just go knock on the door.
We are not knocking on that damn
Bobert
door.
goes to knock on the door.
Bobert, do not knock on that door.
Bye! Bye!
Yes, but all sales are final, and you already shook on it.
I didn't shake anything. I shook your. Ugh. I'm very.
His fin starts to like quiver with a little bit of irritation. But you said.
Anyone in?
You didn't tell me who lived here, damn it.
Just go knock on the window that's nearby,
Yeah,
right? That we saw someone peeking out. Well, I didn't, but Patsy, that's the closest orifice in the house, and Bobby thinks that's a totally appropriate way to announce yourself.
Yeah, a long moment passes, and you're listening to see if you can hear anything going on inside, but the bustle of the street is so loud. And then finally a door opens, and there's a very well-dressed servant who is kind of just looking, you know, it goes up 3 steps, so they're just like standing
Staring
several
out.
feet above you and just looking out, and they're like, yes, I must say there was no solicitations here.
I don't think I'm soliciting, but you stop me if I start. I don't actually know what we wanted you for. My friend over there seemed keen to know who owned this place.
Why, yes, this is the estate of... of Lord Desmond.
Desmond. That's a strong name. I
Lord
like it.
Desmond Trafalgar.
Well, I thank you for your time.
A good day.
You have a lovely day. It's a beautiful day.
Slams the door in your face.
You Shallamas.
Bobert, you are giving me a damn migraine.
I don't know that a person can give that to someone else, Patsy.
Well, I'm stressed.
You calm down, Patsy. Everything's fine. It's a great day in Shallamas.
You're lucky that servant answered the door.
Desmond Trafalgar
Yeah.
is the name I got. Does that mean anything to you?
It's gonna mean a lot to someone. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
It's one of the Trafalgar family. Is a family that has purchased nobility through the Latimer family, which is the noble. Wait, I don't know if this is public information. They've purchased nobility from some rich family, the Latimer house. Yeah, that just sells nobility titles.
All right.
So it's kind of like
That was effective.
it's respected in some ways, but also you're like, yeah, you just bought your title.
Did you have to buy 2 skulls? You were about to buy 2 weird skulls
Desmond
to get that information, maybe?
I wasn't gonna buy those damn skulls.
Patsy, you can't go around lying to people like that.
Yes, but the skulls.
Yes, as we're like riding off.
No!
Cram it.
He like just gets all quivering and then just like
Oh,
sits down on the curb.
hey, you lead a complicated life, Patsy.
The fin like curls down.
Oh God, that's so sad.
Seems like you leave a lot of loose threads. And then you gotta go around tying them back up.
No one actually knows my face in this town. It's fine.
They know a face. Mask's still a face. It's just a face for your
As you
face.
look at the face, you remember beating my. I've got like a black
it's
eye.
still
Nose
bruised.
is like still swollen, but a healing, but still like looks like I got whopped. That's all you see. A sad face.
I don't know, Patsy. I just don't know.
Have you acquired the clothing you need?
Yes, what do you think, Qualhorn? Did you get a good look?
You appear to be clothed.
I like it, Qualhorn. That sounds right.
I do not understand clothes.
Full stop.
All of the horses like do like a whip of their tails at once.
I understand the clothes.
You can switch. You could like switch to a character if you want to like possess some passing person or something.
No, I'm enjoying being the horses right now.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining.
Alright, we ready to get to your date with Desire?
Yes,
Gonna do some
I think I'm ready.
loose end making, string cutting, work leaving, antics like you do, Patsy.
Just remember, I'm doing the talking.
Oh, I remembered. And I hope you remember. If they say the wrong thing, I might have to speak up.
If they say the wrong thing, why don't you just excuse yourself to the bathroom? How about that? And then I'll know that you're losing it. And then we won't have to get our throats cut.
Where would you like to go now?
And I just think, as soon as you say it, the image pops
Crystal
into my
Saber.
mind. I don't even say it, then you just know.
Yeah.
All right, you guys arrive at the Crystal Saber. There is a chalkboard outside that is showing today's menu, which, thanks to Void Effigy, is good old Jariskar ribs. Right? And some Griffalo steak and Anine burgers. We rode, or Anines were pulling the boat
yes.
last week, yeah.
Are they Jariskar baby back ribs? I feel like that makes them more tender.
Jariskar are a delightfully brilliant looking tiger kind of creature, if I recall correctly.
Jariskar ribs.
Of course, I don't have the picture pulled up for the. Almost like a dinosaur.
Oh yeah, it's part T-Rex, part fish, tiger fish, T-Rex. I think it's a tiger fish T-Rex. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't add anything
Yeah.
to that.
The description is
Pretty
Fred
pure.
Flintstone eating ribs. Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, so basically dinosaur ribs.
It's the one
yeah.
that they put on the side of the carriage and it tips the whole thing over.
The thing on the left page
Yes.
is the lionfish T-Rex.
What?
Internet
Look at
connection.
its fin arms.
I love that.
Equally as impossible to use as a regular T-Rex. Just still
Dude,
sad.
front arms, who needs them?
Still sad.
All right, you guys arrive there. That's up on the menu, and yeah, you enter. Any last minute? Are you guys putting on your masks?
I'd like to make a roll to know the drink that Cabalist of Hunger would most likely be drinking at this bar. Probably something that the Kappa, like, you know, produces himself or something like that. Something local that, you know, a local would drink.
How do you feel about your father being a wealthy wine maker? Does that seem
absolutely
in like your perception of? Yeah, okay.
At least rich enough to have like then acquired wine, like some vineyard or of what the Numenera equivalent of whatever it is.
Yeah, but he's dead now.
It's fine with me.
Is that all sounds good?
And
Hell
fallen
yeah.
from grace, right? Your family like was kind of some royalty or something.
Well, at least I was, and then for some reason I removed myself from it or something.
Okay. Yeah, we can work that out. But that's an aside.
Sounds fantastic.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know.
Just some.
You're the bartender. Give me a wild.
What's the burger made of?
Jariskar.
No, that was the ribs. I feel like the burger was something else.
It was whatever was pulling the boat. Yeah,
Anine.
Okay, so the Anine, I assume they produce milk as well, huh?
Yeah.
So way back in the day, whenever they couldn't make very super tasty or like good brandy, it would be really bitter and like it would just be terrible. So they would use milk to like wash it with. So it's called like a milk wash, and it's something that bartenders do from time to time if they're trying to be really fancy. So this is like a Anine milk washed brandy.
Yes.
From the local.
Yeah, fire brandy.
You're welcome to keep that one, Void Effigy.
Yes, please put it in the cookbook. So I tell Bobber that I'm ordering you the Anine wash brandy.
How do you drink with the mask?
That's part of the payment.
Yeah, I was gonna say $6.95 an hour. So we'll just call it even.
All right, and you guys are putting on the masks.
Bobert puts
Or
his
not.
hand upside down for his face.
7 adjusted.
Patsy is viciously rubbing his temples.
Patsy, Bobert's gonna just like give you a like boxing neck rub.
Bobber,
I don't know what's got you so bothered, Patsy.
he doesn't say anything. Listen, just keep sipping that drink and keep your mouth closed.
How do you do that at the same time, Patsy?
You'll figure it out.
Oh boy.
And flip your mask around. I put mine on and walk in.
All right.
We gravitate toward
Oh, where
corner
are
of the bar.
we?
Let's get in there.
Oh yes.
Oh, we're just piled in. Oh yes.
Wait.
The burps and coughing starts.
Way.
Way over yonder.
That's you.
I got you.
That's you.
I want you in the corner watching the door. I'm gonna be here.
As you guys step in through the front door, seated at this table near the fireplace, 3 dog-like creatures immediately.
Do they have skullbird faces?
No, in fact, these
Thank you,
creatures are eerily robotic. Here's the image for those at home.
I can deal with robotic.
There's so many weird dog-like creatures in Numenera.
I know.
I like it.
But they like come up from crouching.
Yes.
In
that's
unison?
What they just said. We're on it.
They come up from crouching in unison.
They're wielding.
Samurai swords?
No, not necessarily. that's a trait of the things that it can do. But yeah,
Oh, gotcha. It doesn't currently have a sword.
does not currently have a sword.
But
in
it
its
could.
jaws. That should be noted. There's not currently a sword in its jaws, but yes, like go up on all fours and are like for a moment before the bartender does a snap, and then they like retract and fold back down.
Cool. What's the bartender like?
Everyone's wearing masks here.
Of course.
And they're all Cabalists, even if they're like lowly initiates. Initiatives.
So-
roll initiatives. I mean, initiates. Sorry.
As a higher up in the Cabalist, would I? Because again, I'm trying to get this meeting with this guy only. Would I know how to go about that, or is it just? Is this just gonna happen?
Sorry, we're just laughing at the chat here.
So good. I love that. That's what I would say.
How would you get the meeting?
How would I get the meeting? How would I get it alone with this character, or would I know some sort of like? I don't know. Wait.
Is there a private room? Is there that the type of thing?
Give me an intellect roll and see if you've dealt with this dude.
With the bartender or with the, I'll make the roll without effort, and if not, maybe I'll talk to the bartender. Intellect. I rolled another nat 1. I'm glad I didn't use any effort. I don't know shit about doing anything in this bar, so I'm going up to the bartender.
All right, yeah. GM intrusion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
GM intrusion is that
This is a rough night.
you believe you know the code, right?
Can I reject these, and am I receiving anything for GM?
You don't get anything on a 1.
Not a nat 1.
Yeah, you can spend an XP to re-roll it.
No, I'm not going to. What do I think?
You think you know the code, and so you walk up to the bartender and speak the coded greeting of
Maybe it's like an old code or something.
the sun that rises in the west.
Yeah, this is
the whatnot. I don't remember what our code was. It wasn't very good. Whatever the case was.
we made it.
I liked that
The
about
wind
it.
that gently blows to the east.
Yeah. How about the how the iron wind flays,
Yes, I say that.
and
It's like an old code or something.
the bartender is every bartender in medieval settings is always like polishing a
Yeah.
course.
mug. This one is drying like a wine glass with like a microfiber cloth kind of thing before hanging it. And then just grabs another one and is like, he's like, well, how about that?
Well, how about that indeed?
And you guys hear the sound of some shuffling behind you.
Oh, I stayed at the table.
Yeah, I'm at the bar.
Barbara has very specific instructions.
Well, you're seeing the hounds moving.
You're just very, very low key. Gonna start charging up here just in case.
I snap an eye at you if
Let a
I hear
little-
this. Do I hear this thing charge up?
And ride.
Do I hear this thing charge up?
No,
I think
it's
so
too
because you're familiar
confusing.
with the sound. Yeah, there's two.
I snap a mask at you. That looks-
You don't know if Bobert's looking at you or not.
What's wrong? What's the matter? Clearly.
You're wearing your own mask, right? And she's wearing Hunger's. Okay.
Oh man, that would have been easier if I pretended to be Patsy.
I know.
Patsy
I was
pretended to
wondering
be
why that wasn't the
Hunter.
plan, but it's not what you guys did. He says,
Because I got beat to shit. That's why.
well,
Might be a reason
it's
for it.
just the kind of thing that someone who happened to steal a Cabalist's mask might say.
It also might be something that's someone who wants the very specific attention of a very specific person in this very specific bar without the attention of everyone else.
You want to roll persuasion?
Hell yeah, and I'm using 2 fucking effort on this. Because I am rolling like shit tonight. I rolled a 19.
Yes, excellent.
I rolled a 19, finally.
Excellent.
Minor effect.
Yeah, minor effect.
Sorry, remind me again. 2 effort, so that's 3 and 2 minus my edge, which is 1, so 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I got it, y'all.
Yeah, it's 3 for the first tier of effort, and then 2 for each after it. And you add it all up together, and then you subtract your edge.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm in it now.
Yeah, minor effect. You want the an advantage on, or an asset to your next roll with the if this person shows up, or do you want?
I would like
the dog things to back down.
Well, I imagine he's gonna make. If he believes me, the dogs will back down. So I think what I would like, and you tell me if this is overstepping it, is I would like for there to be an advantage. I would like for the bartender to have some sort of like like trust with the Cabalist, so that it's a little bit more of an advantage for me whenever I speak with him. He would believe me, but maybe that's more of like a major effect. I'm not sure.
Like the bartender trusts you.
Yeah. To where like then it would improve the Cabalist's belief. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Or
Okay.
we can also go with any roll after this with the bartender is improved. That may be more reasonable.
Okay. Well, he says, well, he's on his way, and the dogs fold back down, but they're remaining where they're at, like eerily close to you, just staring at you with occasionally humming eyes that are moving. You hear the
Patsy is like, this is his element. He wants the aggression and the scene to be set, so it makes it almost more convincing. His blood starts boiling, and he's feeling it now, especially after that 19. So the dogs are perfect setting.
Bobert, at the table that you're at, an echo appears of people that are eating, and it seems very tense.
Oh no.
And they're eating a different meal on a different day. They're eating oysters or something like that from the river, from the Weir River.
Damn it, that was very upsetting because Bobert was feeling tense and he was hoping that having some echoes to sit around with would make him feel better, but now they're just echoing his own stress in a different time, in different bodies, making him feel like this seat is Bobert's gonna switch seats. He's going to a different table. He hates this table.
You stand up and start walking away,
Yeah.
and as you're moving through them, they all stand up and start firing at one another with hand crossbows,
yeah.
and they start stabbing one another, and it turns into this big bloodbath.
Very upsetting. Is there someone here? Fine, Bobert's.
There's an old man there.
That's closer. Bobert likes that.
reading a book.
That old man, he nods.
He's got the equivalent of like a nook that he's.
Yeah. I'll make sure I can still see Patsy and
Okay,
fall
facing
on a
the other
wolf.
way. I got
yeah.
it.
Ooh, I love it. Yeah, stand on that wolf. I order.
This one is paying attention to Bobert.
I ordered
It's like under the table, just watching you.
2 of the house brandy for myself and 1 of the awesome milk anine washed brandy for Bobert from the bartender.
Can do. as he's making the drinks, you notice that there's a among the casks of wine along the back wall, you recognize the stamp of your father's vineyard, and you notice that the date on it
Well, I was going to ask the
is
bartender.
after your father's death and after the closure of the whole business.
Excuse me.
That's interesting.
Mind me taking a peek at that bottle back there of the. What's my father's name?
I don't know. I haven't come up with that yet.
We'll call it something Vineyards.
Well, it's Styles, right?
No, I
That's
changed
a
that shit.
Fake name.
Oh, I changed that shit.
Oh, and Patsy Styles is your fake name.
Tulamure.
Is that
getting weirder and weirder.
Tulameur?
It's something like
Is that right?
The Tulamure. Tulame Dunes
Tulame.
wine.
With a T at the end, E-T, and then it's like got the French kind of.
Yeah.
Tulame.
Tulame Dunes. I like that. It sounds fancy and chic.
It needs an accent.
The one I was describing was a cask, but he does grab a bottle and bring it over to you, and he says, yes, acquired by the very man you're about to be speaking to. He's a keen businessman and knows when to purchase an asset.
I'm sure he does. I'm curious when he made this purchase. Do you know?
I recall there being a tragic death and the business going under and my boss swooping in around then to scoop it all up in its despair.
But why make a purchase like this? I'm gonna use a fast talk maneuver. So I'm gonna spend an intellect point to convince the NPC to do, coax information to point, one intellect point gaining info and it doesn't alarm or the person doesn't notice.
Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna use an edge because it's free, right? If I have, if the intellect point is free.
Yep.
Okay, so I won't use
Effort?
anything. Yeah. No effort
Okay.
applied. I got an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed. And
Sweet.
you're fast talking him, and what was your
Coax information. I'm
coax information, right.
I'm asking why purchase the vineyard, if he knows any, like, what the real reason for purchasing the vineyard. Maybe just money, but why he saw fit to do so.
And this gives like secret information, the coax information, or
nope.
just any...
It just doesn't alarm the person that they let the information loose. If they knew anything specific.
He says, well, the Cabalist of Desire is a cunning businessman and does not let the shame of a tragic, untimely death keep him from profiting off of it.
I see. Well,
And actually, I'll say so because you succeeded. I'll say he says he does not let a murder, a tragic death get in the way of, and that's like you were like maneuvering around him with your fast talking and your coaxing, and he kind of slipped up, Freudian slip of some kind there.
you know what? Why don't you give me the bottle too? And I appreciate you chatting with me about this. This was one of my favorites when I lived close to the Westwood.
This is 40 shins.
Give him some midnight stone. Give him some midnight stone.
How about? God damn, this is expensive fucking.
How about we wreck this place and we take it?
Take all the wine!
Robert is raging.
You hear Qualhorn from outside say, "Shall I kick down the door?"
Shall I kick the door? All right.
How about I won't pay for the bottle and perhaps your master will or the owner will call for one.
Yeah. He says, "Well, I'll let him know that you have an interest." And
Much appreciated.
just then, the figure emerges from the stairwell in a brilliant, flowing white garment, loose with darted sleeves, silken.
Thank you.
Low,
Switch over to the 2-camera one real quick, and then I'll
low.
get this a little closer.
I'm gonna give you guys a hook, and then we'll break. But low cut with laces going between, right?
I like this hook, Keith.
Yes.
It's fun.
And steps down and turns to look across the room, survey it as if this is his tiny little kingdom and controls it all. And then emerging behind him from the door is a figure that you guys don't even really think twice about as it steps out, because the figure is so familiar. But then you do a double take and think,
Is it an echo?
Orion?
Bobert, no, Bobert, keep it together, man. Keep
Bobert,
it together.
It is not an echo.
No, it's not. I knew it wouldn't be.
Is it a clone?
Yes.
This is the cloning guy, so. And we'll leave you at that. We're gonna take a quick 15-minute break. Everyone, get up, stretch, get some water, and we will be back.
Some Anin washed.
Yes, I need to watch.
Void Effigy put like 4 excellent drinks in the chat here.
Yes.
We'll check those out over the break and certainly insert them.
Thanks for tuning in. Get back later.
We will be back in 15. And we're back! Are you guys stoked?
Bobert stood up. He couldn't
stoked.
help it, and then he awkwardly repositions, and like it was just like, oh, I was stretching. Sits down.
As I carry over the 3 cups of brandy, I set the.
Oh, actually, these are Black Star whiskey. This is contributed by
fantastic.
Void Effigy. Black as ink, this gravity-defying whiskey forms an octahedron whose faces bend in towards its center. Light reflects strangely off its surface, making the whiskey appear as a starry void.
Whoa, okay.
The whiskey always hovers at least 6 inches away from any non-living surface, right? So brings it in a way is like non-living. He's got a tray of wood that he carries it over, and they're floating above the tray, and then puts them down onto the table, and they float.
I also yell at that older gentleman to get out of here.
Oh.
You're not supposed to be talking.
Bobert didn't say anything. That was Sophie.
Okay.
Oh.
So the Cabalist.
A look of sadness. It would probably still be prudent to say you're not supposed to be talking.
Agreed.
Is whiskey sitting here for me?
Yeah.
How wonderful.
It's Black Star whiskey.
Black Star?
Black as ink.
Oh,
I actually made a cocktail once whenever I was bartending, and I put octopus ink in the whiskey to make it completely black.
Dang.
Vantra black, if you will.
No, we will not.
But it was like a salty whiskey Manhattan.
That is trademarked. You cannot wantonly throw around
It never got
Black.
served actually, but it was real. It was when I was
Man.
at Little Octopus.
Was it super salty?
Yep, it was a little salty, but I put sugar in it too, so it was like a decent drink.
Man, I had some squid ink paella in Spain, and it was the most incredible thing ever. It was so intense. You would take a bite of it, and you'd just be like,
That sounds awesome.
like you just need a second to process it. And then they had this super garlicky other thing that came with it that you're like, oh, I'll have this creamy garlicky. Like I don't remember exactly what it
Kicked
was,
your ass,
but it
dude.
came with it, and then you would take a bite out of that, and that was like so intensely garlicky that there was just no escaping the incredible, like, overwhelming
You were just,
flavors.
Like, between two fists of flavor.
It was so overwhelming. I was just like, oh my god,
Yeah, that
this is incredible,
like
but I can't handle it.
I want to be removed from this earth from flavor. By flavor.
By flavor.
Yeah, I wanna be just-
transcendent. Transcendent by flavor.
man.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, in any case, the Cabalist of Desire has just arrived.
Void Effigy has definitely found the right stream for his cookbook.
Absolutely.
The
Yes.
excitement that was just expressed about flavors. Yeah.
It's my whole being.
Yeah. And we're joyous to have him.
I will help
as a
you
part
with
of the family.
with the cookbook in any capacity that you need.
Drinks. The cocktail master over here.
Yeah, Daniel was a mixologist for many years. Cocktail.
A couple I learned from greats in town. They were wonderful people. They're making great drinks even today.
Excellent. Well, the Cabalist of Desire arrives in the room,
Party don't
Followed
start
by-
till I walk in.
followed by a figure that eerily resembles Orion in every way.
Oh yeah, we should get Orion's mini as right
No,
behind
no,
you. I feel like,
no.
yeah.
Totally agree.
No, totally disagree.
doing
Disagree.
This is what I love.
Stepping
No,
down
no.
this guy down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is even wearing Orion's mask.
Shut up.
The same, the Cabalist.
As
No.
do I see this?
Mhm.
Did Prisma have Prisma's memories?
Yes.
This is a wacko issue. Okay.
that is-
There are some details that are different, right? There's none
up
of
until-
the like.
No
Can I-
scars.
no
Nothing that makes
scars?
Orion of the gallows. It's just Orion of the vat.
Of the void.
But what Patsy is thinking is that this guy has the memories that Orion has, which means like
They have
how much-
shitty memories of me.
Yeah.
But is it like up until the point that, like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, and maybe I don't know this. I probably don't.
How many
Give me
of the
a-
memories are implanted? Are they perfectly implanted? Are only some of them?
I feel like I wouldn't know this.
Yeah,
I
give
don't
me,
know
give me an
shit.
intellect roll. And if you've you're not trained in Numenera or anything like that, right?
By the gods. Oh, I rolled a 3!
Because you knocked the bird off of
God.
Yeah.
That's been a long time since I've done that.
Put ye bird back upon it.
Man, I totally fucked with Daniel pretty hard for knocking the bird off a couple times early on.
Early when I first started hanging out.
I was just totally being playful, but also I think Daniel actually really was like
Scarred to this day.
It's
But
sacred and magical.
now I'm feeling very nervous as Daniel. Patsy's still okay.
Oh, Patsy's nervous too.
Yeah.
Okay, you rolled a 3,
Just
huh?
upset.
I mean, your best guess is that his memories probably are from whenever the specimen was extracted. So it had to have been like when they last parted ways at the very latest.
It's not Orion 2.0.
this guy probably remembers our friendship, but nothing about the betrayal.
Yeah, because I would have found out after. You would have told me after. Okay, so I want to
Trust to cert.
make. I want to reach my hand under the table and squeeze Bobert's leg. Like, you got to calm
Good call.
down. Is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if this needs to be a mic check
just
or
gonna
if it's just.
gently put his hand on top of yours in a reassuring way. Just
All right, and I calm down. GM secrets.
Yeah.
We should change that benevolent under his
Yeah.
name to secretive GM.
duplicitous.
Yeah, still the same person.
Sorry, some secret exchange happening here.
Duplicitous
Between
GM.
the GM and the
Yeah,
Exchange
band
of
of horses.
secrets.
Josh is going to roleplay this Orion.
Josh!
Of course!
How did you do this to me?
Are you gonna have Keith roleplay Orion?
I agree, this is epic. I'm squeezing Robert's leg as hard as I can.
Robert's fine.
Might
Sophie
roll.
is pissed.
17 on my might roll to Bobert's knee to
Dang.
calm down. No oppose. No oppose.
He's not fighting you.
Cabalist of Desire says
Pretty.
thirst, hunger,
Nod.
interesting change in fashion of late, I see.
Haven't they always been? As I put my arms on the table to reveal the bruises and have worn my cloak slightly open to reveal other bruises and scratches and scars. Unfortunately, you're not going to get a lot out of them today.
Says, come now, shall we not greet one another in the proper fashion? And he says, you know, what delights can be seen in the shadows, and you know the response.
The waves of truth are rarely seen.
Yes. Excellent.
Nod.
Nod.
Like I said, you're not going to get a lot out of her today. Out of him today.
Turns slowly and looks at Hunger and says, but the flames, how they burn in one's heart. What is this? Is this
Like ice.
What are you giving me here, Sophie?
That was the interpretive dance version of the answer.
Of the response. Ooh.
I'll roll performance
Okay.
for some equivalent. 12.
I'd like to aid in. I'm specialized in lies and trickery.
Okay, excellent. Actually, you give me a roll to.
I'm not lying.
I got a 10.
Bobert's expressing what is in his heart.
And you're trained.
Specialized.
Specialized.
Lies.
Toot steps.
And I'm saying something like,
12, 15. Fine.
this damn idiot fell on some fucking cipher, muted their whole voice. Haven't figured out how to get rid of it yet.
and you fill in the answer to the phrase for it. This is what he's trying to say is
To the void and back, and there again.
That was exactly what I acted out.
to the void.
As we shall
Back again.
shall be proven
In a clip.
in a clip.
Since, well, I suppose we should enjoy a drink then.
I shovel over a glass of Black Star whiskey and
Black Star
say,
whiskey.
I guess I should have imagined you'd be bringing a friend.
He says, that I think I've had my fair share of Black Star whiskey. And he turns to the bartender and shouts, I'd like a glass of the Tulamay Dunes finest.
I roll
And
behind the mask.
is just kind of watching you as it's brought over. Takes the glass and swirls it and sips through the mask. What an exquisite winery this was.
Robert is super angry now.
I've heard you've recently come to acquire,
Ah, yes.
and yet you don't see fit to offer any to your companions.
You'd
You must not be very proud of it.
It's uncouth to be drinking 2 drinks at once. 3 drinks. 3 always. It's Daniel's rule in life to always be drinking 3 beverages at a time.
It's an accident.
You gotta have your upper, your downer, and your hydrator,
It's
right?
no accident. It is the law of nature.
Patsy takes the rest of the Black Star whiskey and says, I've so longed to taste the vineyard.
He calls over a palate cleanser of some kind.
Oh, yes.
The baby ribs of the Juriskar,
Baby back ribs.
gently oiled and
They almost
Juriskar ribs.
slip off the bones.
yes, they've been
No.
slow roasted for so
Oh my
long.
God.
They're like almost like a very like an oyster going down. They just
Ooh.
and then they just
Slaughter
like
back.
they take all the taste buds that you had with them down your throat.
And then has a whole bottle of this wine, the Tulamay Dunes finest, brought over and served to you guys. And as it's being poured, the weird robotic hounds are kind of moving around him like obediently, and they all sit at his feet. And he says, how went the capture of Orion? I do not see him with you.
Oh.
Yet I see him with
Hunger
you.
face palm.
Yet I see him with you.
Give me a roll, and this is taking into account your this is your
inability.
bluff, but taking into account your inability.
12. A
That could use
clean
effort.
12. A clean 12. No effort here. Bobert is not trying.
Yeah. Not feeling well today, Hunger?
Rub his hands on the belly.
Like
Makes a
gestures
gesture of-
at the rib meat.
Yeah, actually, I think noticeably I would not have drinking or eaten anything because Bobert doesn't understand how you eat or drink with a mask on.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to him.
We have some method.
Doesn't have the skills.
I mean, it doesn't cover
Patsy
the mouth.
didn't train him. He asked specifically, and Patsy was like straight to the point of some other thing.
There's a button that you hit, and it goes.
Patsy was too preoccupied
There's a
with
three-quarters
magazines of
mask.
heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3/4 mask.
Doom. MF Doom mask.
I think we've seen pictures though, and they're full facial.
I know.
But we like drinking in
Very
them.
carefully indeed.
Very carefully.
Very carefully. So Bobert should not attempt, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It went poorly. Very poorly, as I suggested to Hunger that it would. I explained that Orion was not prepared to be captured, and I gave my assurance that in time it would happen, but they had to have it.
Wait, did you talk a moment ago? No.
It's all in science.
Oh, okay.
I told them to be patient, and they wouldn't. And here we are. Orion has fled to the north, and I have nothing to show for it. Persuasion with effort. I got a 12.
And you're specialized in persuasion?
I am not. I'm trained in persuasion.
Trained.
I'm specialized in lies.
Trained and effort, so it's eased by 2.
So perhaps that is actually a lie.
And how much was your total?
I got a 12 total.
Eased by 2. That's a 6. Level 6.
Says, and does he have my compass?
Of course he has your compass. You think I would have it? I couldn't tear it from his fingers. And even so, do you think I'd give it back to you?
That was,
Hunger's job.
and yet you arrive with Hunger.
Like I said, he wasn't ready to be captured. I was... Hunger, please.
Give me an intellect defense.
I am trained in that. Alright, I got 11.
That's just 2 ones.
And you're trained.
Next
Yeah.
to each other.
Indeed. Like I'm rolling all night.
He pulls something from the folds of his I don't know, from his pocket. a piece of Numenera device, and gestures with it and says, I think I would like to have a talk with Hunger. And then suddenly your senses are totally overwhelmed in a ecstasy of like feeling, as if your whole body is suddenly racked with this like
What it
like
is to be Sophie on a day-to-day basis?
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
But Sophie's at an 11 and this is like a 16,
An 18.
right? This is like you're paralyzed in that you're like in a state of rictus in physical like ecstasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
What effect is this physically having on me?
you're losing your turn basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like paralyzing you.
Can I keep my composure?
No, I mean you're like writhing in your chair.
Okay. All right.
And he stands up and the like weird robo dogs all get up by his sides and he's just like, what is going on here? Hunger. Or whoever it is who's taken Hunger's mask. What is this charade that you bring before me?
Put a hand to the face and look at Patsy.
Yeah, I guess I'm like losing it, huh? Behind my mask, though.
Yeah. You're like drooling out from it.
Wait. No, I guess it doesn't matter too much,
Hold
does
up.
it?
70 round. I'm waiting for permission to clock this bitch.
I forgot that this whole time I was supposed to have a double asset to convincing others that Patsy was beat up. I don't know if that matters at
Oh
all.
yeah, it hasn't come up yet, but yeah.
I guess it's not. I guess it's not really relevant, huh? Yeah.
Is that part of your narrative? Yeah.
It's a part of.
It makes the lie more convincing.
Yeah, that was the
Orion,
attempt.
Got away. Is that you look like you've been beat to hell?
Uh huh. That was the idea, but
He's, I mean, from a mechanical standpoint, he is convinced of your story that he got away and that he's gone north, but he's seen through hunger here and is onto the fact that it's not really the right person.
okay.
It's all because of the jumpsuit. Damn it.
Whose idea was that, Void Effigy?
Wait, effigy.
Don't blame it on him. Blame it on the dice. Blame it on the gravity well.
No.
That gravity well's not helping me for shit tonight. I'm changing dice out.
That's what happens. You share the fate of the table.
Okay, I'm stunned.
All right, GM intrusion.
Okay. Do I want to take the mask off?
The jaws of these dogs open and they lunge forward and grab hold of your boots.
No. Shocking you with a yoke, damn it. No. I do not take
This
this.
is unexpected.
I do not take
Two
this.
of these dogs.
Yeah. So give me either accept this
No.
and give me. You'll have to make might defense to escape it.
I'll accept it.
And then you
I'll
guys will
accept
get
it.
XP.
Sure. Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
All right, you guys both get XP. One.
Damn it.
They got my boots.
Why is my character sheet upside down?
All right, and you guys give me initiative roll.
This is
Oh my god, I got a 4. Do we add anything to this?
Get it closer.
Okay.
Not an 8. This is unexpected.
That's twice as much as I got.
What'd you guys get?
I got an 8.
I got a 4.
All right, you guys both go after the. Neither guys are trained in initiative, right?
No, that would be too forward thinking for Robert.
God damn it.
All right.
Fine, it's gonna be fine. No skin will be ripped. Everything will be fine.
The Bobert, give me a speed defense as the third dog lunges underneath the table or on top of the table and is with its jaws it's reaching for your yoke.
Rude! Can I apply effort?
Yeah, of course.
Speed defense? Okay, I will give 1 tier. That is rude and churlish. It's an 11 with 1 tier of effort applied. Do not
okay.
come for my yoke. That is fresh.
You're holding it and it's like
Yes.
you were starting to draw
Yes, it
and this
is.
thing leaps up on the table and is scattering Jariskar ribs and very expensive wine all over the place, and is lunging for your weapon and you manage to like back away and its jaws snap like right to the side of your face and you hear just the clack of metallic jaws closing like a bear trap next to your head.
No. None of that here. Aw, man. Once again.
Bar fight music.
Song. Let's do it. We are gonna leave with that bottle of wine. This I swear to you, Patsy.
I don't want that fucking bottle of wine.
Yes, you do.
I do not give a fuck about that bottle of wine. At least that's what that's.
Give me a might defense. as well. The other two are just
God. Okay, 18. Soccer
18.
for me.
excellent. So they're just like, their jaws are just clenching on your boots, right? And so that's one of them, but give me one more. This is to just avoid damage.
8.
8.
18 minus 10.
Alright, you take 4
Might.
damage, yep. As these metallic teeth sink into your boot.
Prepare to get yoked, you fool. You are electrical, and I am electrical. You're gonna ride the lightning together. Wait, that is a good idea.
The Cabalist of Desire is basically holding down the activation button on that thing, so you'll have to just escape it on your turn. He's just keeping you in agony.
This is a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder I got shit on. Alright.
What's up now? Yeah.
All right, so then you guys are going.
À toi de jouer.
Oh wait, no.
Is it Qualhorn?
Qualhorn
Yeah,
Bustin'.
at this moment.
Yeah, bring it, Qualhorn!
Wait, no. Orion goes.
Okay.
No, maybe who's
I mean, is it weird if I do both of them?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
Even though they're on opposing sides?
it is weird in a positive way.
Damn it.
We don't.
This is the exact
Clone
opposite
Orion.
of how I wanted this encounter to go.
Clone Orion
You
doesn't
you
have
guys
to
see the
oppose
front
us.
door of this place kick open and this massive barbarian step.
Yes!
But this,
Although he
I
is
like.
moving kind of awkwardly, as if getting used to his body.
That's how we recognize Qualhorn.
And then you all hear in your heads, shall I cleave them?
Cleave them up, Qualhorn. You cleave whatever you want.
All right, I'm cleaving,
Just the dogs.
and this is with my mental powers.
You cleave
just
desire if
fluffing
you
it.
got a
Okay.
hankering.
You could use Orion's character sheet.
Qualhorn must be very confused.
Well, I will for Orion.
Hanging out with us.
Okay, but
Yeah, I feel like we
This is a
consistently will
I'm
say
probably using
the
that
exact
word.
opposite
Why not?
request.
And it's like,
I
alright.
had
Just do the one that
an
got to the
11
last.
with 1 tier of effort. Swinging this axe at one of these wolves.
Yep. That
You said that is
That
it
succeeds.
the one that's down on the ground that has got a hold of Bobert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm attacking. I mean, I don't know. I was. This mini has a big, like 2-handed axe.
Okay.
I think that's. Qualhorn picked basically the biggest, you know,
around, yeah.
brightest looking guy
course.
standing nearby.
Of course.
Bless you, Qualhorn. Bless you.
And he's wielding. How much damage are you doing? Like from a medium weapon?
Does that seem like a medium weapon or a heavy weapon?
Yeah, I think medium is good. So 6. All right. The clash of metal as it strikes and it seems to have made a dent in the like metal armor of this creature, and there's like sparks flying from the inside of it, from the mechanism inside of it.
And Orion, right?
Yep. I wasn't thinking about you playing your own character. That's pretty exciting. The clone of your own character.
It's awesome. I love that.
Man, okay. I mean, yeah, Orion is, I think, in this case, he's subservient to this guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's stepping up for Patsy.
Though I think there's still a bit of
Yeah.
well.
I mean, so
Yes, probably
my
didn't really
question
have
is Orion intimidating here and trying to, like, you know, get this fight to stop? Or is he attacking Patsy?
He's getting the impression from his master that the master doesn't want to kill these people because they're valuable pawns and whatnot, and so he just wants to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. All right. I think then Orion's going up to like try to grapple Patsy.
What's going on here?
A might using a tier of effort.
Oh, crap.
Rolled a 16.
Shit.
You'll have to roll opposing him.
Look at that gravity well. Think.
I'm not using effort.
Have a conversation with it. You're not using effort. You just want to get grabbed by
Alright.
Ryan.
I got a
boy.
5.
Oh boy.
I get grabbed.
Oh
Alright,
boy.
yeah. Orion grapples you.
Yep. Not fighting back.
Patsy.
Not fighting back. Okay.
Bobert's heart is on fire.
Orion says, "You giving up that easy, kid?"
Patsy is reminding himself that this is not Orion. I don't care what Bobert says.
In it though.
This is
In
not
it, though?
Orion.
In it though.
It is
In
not.
it though.
It ain't even close. There's a difference between whatever this is and my best
Orion.
friend.
It is an artifact of Orion.
It is the opposite because it is the same yet different.
No, it's
Is that what the
not.
opposite means?
It is not different. Do you like how I hit that F?
You hit it, girl. All right.
You just want a hug from Orion. Is what I'm hearing.
I'm showing no signs of.
This is
Of
called
attack.
Yellowstone.
Okay, so you guys are
Also, I was
going-
stunned during that too, right? Or,
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have mattered if I rolled, really.
You'll have to break out a ball.
That noise.
Yeah. I think if you roll well, you could break out of both of them in the same turn. I think it'll just be 2 different rolls though.
Okay.
Because his breaking out of a grapple is going to be might, and breaking out of this weird thing is shit. It's an intellect.
So many broken glasses. This bartender's not gonna have any glasses left.
Oh, actually, I'm mistaken. This is just 1 turn. This ecstasy paralyzer. This is just 1 turn. He can't sustain it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so yeah, you're just breaking out of a grapple.
Do I have to break out of a grapple?
No.
Is it our turn?
Yeah.
You can go if you want to go first, or I can go.
Okay.
You got 2 of these warder wolf things
Yeah,
at your
they're
boots.
getting yoked. I will apply 1 tier of effort to yoke the one that did a little bit better than the other one.
Excellent.
8.
8
to me.
with 1 tier of effort.
Yeah.
You're trained in attacks, right? I'm pretty sure glaives get that at 2nd
I
tier,
don't
right?
think that I'm. Can you be trained in attacks, or can you be trained in just skills?
You can be trained in attacks. And I'm pretty sure glaives got it at
You do
2nd.
get it in 2nd tier. You choose. Like it's kind of a specific. Like I am trained with a medium blade.
Yeah, double check that in the.
I am trained in medium bashing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
So
Yep.
you bashed with a yoke.
Yes.
So yeah, it's eased by another step because you're
Yep.
trained with it.
And you got an 8.
Yes, and that was with
does succeed. Yeah.
trained and with a tier of effort. Okay.
Excellent. So how much damage does that do?
That is 4, I believe, plus 1. Yeah. So 5.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if fire inside is justified. I don't think so. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for a...
Does it bypass armor or anything? Your electrical? It just adds
I don't
the
think so.
damage,
It's,
yeah.
That's just the kind of damage that it is.
Well, it adds, yeah.
Yeah, that's not for me to determine.
I think it is extra effective because it's working against a mechanical creature.
Excellent.
So I'm going to give it an extra 3 damage.
Yes.
Still, its armor applies. but it's not looking great. So you stab it with your electrified yoke, and you get it right in the spot that has been dented open by Qualhern's axe, and you jab it into all the electronical equipment going on in there, and it's like
Get on in it.
it's just like quivering, and its jaw is like.
Yeah, Bobert was waiting for this moment. You got yoked.
You got yoked. Excellent.
Got yoked.
All right. Patsy is being held by an old dear friend.
You ready?
It's a place you've been before, but
That's all you got?
Guys, what are you doing
So
this to me?
I'm not struggling from the hold, but I am focusing all of my power into my next sentence. I turn as I'm getting squeezed by Orion to the Cabalist of Desire, and I am going to use my impart ideal. So it is 3 intellect points.
on Orion.
Get
No.
it.
No, on the Cabalist of
Okay,
Desire.
okay.
Of Desire is 3 intellect points.
You gonna use any effort?
You better.
Yes, I am.
You better.
So it cost me.
Everybody else is broken out into a fight just because.
Yeah.
Okay, so help me with this. It cost me 3 intellect points to use the thing, and then I want to use effort.
Yeah.
So it's going to stack on top of that,
So
and
if you
then
were to
whatever
use 2
edge I
tiers-
have, it reduces from that.
Yeah. So you'd be like 3 to use it, and then 3 for your first tier of effort, and then 2 more for your second tier.
I'm going to use
and then
1
minus
tier of
your-
effort.
Okay. So then 6 points minus your edge.
Right. Okay. Here we go. And I'm going to turn to him. I'm going to say, like, "Are the Cabal not to be trusted?" As I'm getting squeezed, so I'm trying to be like basically, it is. After interacting with a creature who can understand you for at least a minute, you can attempt to temporarily impart an ideal to that target that can't otherwise convince it. An ideal is different than a specific suggestion. An ideal is an overarching value. So
Yeah.
basically being like, I'm within.
Yeah,
This.
within the circle, you shouldn't be doing this kind of aggressive
Yeah, and I'm like,
behavior.
I'm here. We're here. You know, that sort of thing.
Cool. All right, give me a roll, and I'll say you get because you're trained. It'll be used twice, 1 for your effort, 1 for your training.
Oh,
In
lovely.
persuasion, yeah.
Is it a 1?
You can use an
Spend an
XP.
XP, man.
This is the most costly roll I've ever made. All right, here we go. I'm using an XP. This is ridiculous.
Ooh, that looks good.
A 16.
All right.
Yeah.
God, what is this tonight?
Mark that
You've rolled
XP, boo.
3 1s tonight?
Yes.
Gosh.
That is statistically improbable. And
Yeah,
yes,
it is. And no 20s.
Here it is.
Yeah, that the Cabal should be trusted. Is the ideal that you're imparting. You know, those within the Cabal should be trusted. Is the ideal you're imparting.
Yeah, yeah.
It says, "Let him go, Orion." He says
One more time.
He says, "Indeed, those in the Cabal should be trusted, but those who pretend to be in the Cabal should be questioned."
All right, I'll come clean with you. Hunger didn't make it,
Nope, you sure didn't.
but I didn't think you'd trust me without hunger coming back with me. I didn't think you'd believe this. I like signal to you.
Bobber doesn't know what that signal means.
What is this?
Patsy doesn't know either.
Bobber just says jumpsuit.
Yes.
Damn that jumpsuit. Wait a minute.
It's cinched jumpsuit. It shows off his exquisite muscles. Ooh.
Hunger ain't a bad name for me, I guess.
Shut up, Bobert.
And so he's
Shut up, Patsy!
You don't say my real name, do you?
I said it. Were my fingers crossed? I don't think so. I think this person already knows who you are. Bobbert's gonna take off his mask.
Yeah.
I'm
You
tired
just see
of
beyond his
pretending.
mask just a blank. He just turns and looks and is like, why? Why deceive me? Hunger is dead. Orion has escaped.
Because
Orion's right here. Why are you cloning people?
This is the Orion that will live. This Orion.
I don't know if that's up to you to determine.
No, because this Orion has not crossed me yet. And will not, because
Have I crossed you? Because I'm about to.
you have crossed me.
Well, come on in.
But perhaps
Desire?
you are just a lowly pawn in this game.
I feel like you're real weak, honestly. Do you really desire? Because I don't think you're trying.
You come in my house and you speak how I am weak?
You right, I do. He's gonna slam down the drink that he isn't drinking out of because he doesn't understand how to drink out with a mask. I've about had enough of you, I think.
Alright, give me a new initiative roll to see what are you attacking? Or
Yeah.
are you just talking shit?
I'm talking shit, but I'm probably
Okay.
gonna attack in a second.
Are you
done.
well, you're intimidating.
Yeah,
Is the idea
Did
you
not
want to use
do-
that roll for intimidating or no?
sure.
Okay.
I'll use some tears of effort.
Okay.
I will use 1 tear of effort.
Okay.
I just got a 4.
He does not seem very moved by
That's
your.
fine. That's
He's
okay.
mostly like, you've come into my house pretending to be someone that you are not, and you are insulting me. Get out before you are killed.
I'm not going anywhere. Patsy had something he wanted from you, and I'm gonna make sure he gets it.
I feel that you have no cards, no chips in this
You're
negotiation.
damn right I don't, and that's why I'm gonna come out on top.
Because that's the way that Mama does.
This is all just a game. Don't you understand? Putting on masks, playing characters, you're acting.
Oh, believe me, I understand.
What are you really, Desire?
Games within games within games. But what is this thing that you want of me then?
I don't know. I'm here for Patsy, and I'm here for.
I had hoped
Silence.
to bring Orion in myself. This character I scooped up off the street and had hoped.
I scooped you up, Patsy. Come on now.
Persuasion! Oh, it's broke. Oh my god!
Damn this luck.
I am done rolling tonight!
That is an 8.
Did you roll another
It
one?
was a
That is an
3!
eight.
It was a 3!
That's an 8, boo.
I rolled it over here. I picked it up. It was a 3. I had hoped that this miscreant would help me deceive you, and clearly that is false.
That ain't no good at subtlety. Ain't no good at sneaking. Ain't no good at lying or restraint. But
Bobert, please stop talking.
no, I ain't done yet.
Here is the way that you will leave this place alive. You will catch Orion for me. You will bring back the compass, and if he has used the compass in Ballarad, where last I understand he was seen, to find this treasure that is rightfully mine, you will bring it back to me.
Patsy, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes.
I turn to Bobert and I say, I don't need 5 minutes.
There's a bathroom that is... Yes. Yes.
I'm
Throwing the punch.
I don't even turn my rings around. I'm just going in.
Yes. All right.
My God.
Give me some might.
I'll use an effort. I'll use an effort. Yeah, just one. I don't have enough to write two. I rolled an 18.
Yes. Minor effect.
Yep, you can get 2 extra damage if you want, or you can get any kind of.
What other suggestions are for a minor effect?
Ignoring armor. He doesn't appear to be wearing armor. Distract, moving past him. You can also increase his difficulties by 1 step for 1 round.
Knock him prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do since it was kind of like a surprise. I had just convinced him to like let me go, and now I'm like,
So he falls back onto the stairs, prone.
Word effigy is so on it.
knock him
Knock him prone. Excellent.
Yes, I have those. Thank you.
Some secret notes.
No, those are just, I think, the ciphers that you have. Right?
Yeah, I got these.
I don't think I have any ciphers right now.
Y'all coming in without any ciphers.
I've got 2, but they're not. I thought I would.
All right, give me initiative rolls again then.
Please, I'm sorry, everyone.
No, never apologize for socking someone in the face. He had it coming.
I got a 9. And do you need to roll for?
I got a 10,
I have 5 for
and I'm not
claw.
ashamed.
You don't have to roll. You'll just go with the group of creatures. So what did you guys get?
I got a 9.
A 9 and a 10. Keeping it tight.
10. I got 9.
9 and 10. Okay. And what'd you get for Quahern?
5.
We're
Okay.
not diversifying.
Yeah, you
our
guys are all-
portfolio here.
You're all going after him.
Whatever.
All right. Bobert, give me 2 speed defenses.
10, 5.
What are these rolls? Who rolled this?
Me.
I'm just kidding.
An 18 is.
Are you using any effort or anything?
No, I'm just living my life.
All right. One of them bit you for 4 points.
Where might?
Yeah.
That glass is definitely.
The other one, which I'm using a GM intrusion for, is clamping down on your forearm. Or clamping down on your weapon and disarming it.
Rude.
This is not going well.
No, it's not. This is not what I imagined.
It's all gonna be fine.
He is kicking my ass for taking hunger out so easily in the last fight.
No.
I'm just kidding. It's clearly my dice rolls.
So you're disarming me?
You went to this dude's like lair basically.
his
This is where he's
casa,
protected. Yeah.
No, I thought I could convince him. That's what I do.
Disarm?
Yeah. Disarm.
I assume it's a
Your
success.
arm is missing.
The arm is missing or the yolk is
The
missing?
yolk. It's like snatched it, and it's.
No!
You could refuse it and pay an XP, or you can both get an XP from accepting the
We
GM
will
intrusion.
both take an XP, thank you.
I guess. Thank you, Robert.
Bye. Goodbye, yolk.
All right. Qualhern, give me a.
Speed defense.
Yeah.
I'll use effort. Ooh, rolled a 19.
Nice. It's biting for your legs, but Qualhern is awkwardly shuffling around, and his movements are strange to this beast, so he can't quite catch you. And you can get a minor effect.
Yeah, I wanna like
You can provide an asset to
I wanna jump.
attacking it, or
Yeah, well,
yeah.
yeah, I want to jump back and like throw one of these benches over it or something like that to
Okay.
kind of like pin it down. If that gives us an advantage on attacking it or whatever it does.
Yep. Okay, that sounds good.
Pick up this bench and throw it because it lunges at me and I step out of the way and pick up this bench and just on top of it.
Cool.
Or maybe it's just pinned for a turn or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
I'm so wrecked right now.
Daniel, Patsy, give me an intellect defense.
I'm trained. I'm going to use effort.
That's the ecstasy paralyzer.
Is it warding off?
I thought it was only one round.
He's using it again.
Oh, he's using it again.
It's an artifact.
Motherfucker, I thought he was stunned. Is he not stunned?
He just thrown.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
He's
okay.
just doing it from the ground.
I got an 18.
Excellent.
Plus trained and whatnot.
You feel this thing start
Is that
to...
a minor effect?
Yeah.
Cool.
18.
Fantastic.
Yep. You can get an advantage to...
You could act like it's affecting you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think like
Thank you.
it'll
for
give you an
being here.
advantage to
Too
your next...
stressed to think about awesome shit like that.
That's a great one. Yeah, I think you'll get an advantage to whatever your next move is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you'll get an asset. All right, and the Orion clone.
Man, so trying to take these guys in but not kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to imagine what that looks like for Orion. Well, I mean, I think certainly you could injure someone without killing them. So I think Orion is attacking, but with like a smaller blade or something that's less fatal.
Okay.
He has his forearm blade, so he's not drawn out his blade, but he's taking an attack at you because you're.
Give him the people's elbow.
Yes. I rolled an 8.
You're just rolling crazy.
Yeah,
Daniel
playing
over
the
here.
NPCs, just rolling like crazy.
Do I take a defense?
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, you would roll against him.
I'm not even gonna try to beat that.
defensive.
The way I've been
We'll roll.
rolling.
You could roll a 20.
I rolled an 11.
All right, you're hit for how much?
A light weapon.
2. Yeah,
All right, so I like.
unless you've got peers or something like that.
Yeah, I do that. In fact, I do. Yeah. Thrust.
Yeah, so,
That's one damage.
so 3 damage actually,
You put
Daniel.
one on Crush Desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 3 damage because he.
3 damage because you feel this blade stab into your back.
And then you guys are going in whatever order you guys wish because you all were in the same group.
Subservient.
Patsy, you got something? Actually, Bobert would ask.
Yeah, I think.
You went out, or you want to finish this?
Well, you at this point, I deceived everyone to thinking that I was like shocked again, probably, with that thing that he used.
Just
So
nod yes or no. Come on.
Yeah,
I feel like Bobber would just go. I feel like I wouldn't respond.
Yeah,
No.
you're acting like this thing is
Uh huh.
taking you. Or you could go first, Daniel.
That's
I'm interested to see.
Qualhern sidesteps and takes his axe to this thing's head while it's pinned underneath this.
Perfect.
Using a tier of effort. I rolled a 7, and I used 1 effort. And
I know, the
I don't think
problem
I
is
get any special
I'm out
bonuses.
of
I'm
weird-
using
I think
somebody else's body.
because it's pinned, it will hit.
An asset. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. With a medium weapon,
Yep.
and that's the same one that I attacked before.
Yep, and the one that Bobbert hit as well. So that one is severed at the spine, and the 2 different halves of it are like.
So is it
Sparks are
still
flying.
kind of fighting?
No, it's
Okay.
just writhing around awkwardly
Awesome.
like a broken robot on the ground.
Great.
Its tail is like whipping around, and all their tails have like a blade attached to the end of them. All right. Yes. Bobbert and Patsy.
All right. Wolves is taken out.
Bobert is lingering to see what to follow
Okay.
Patsy's lead. siphon that power.
Shit, I can't.
Eat up that desire.
I cannot do
I know
it.
you're thirsty for it.
Okay. So. Uh-oh. I have a cipher that I believe I'll be using.
You can do that on your own. I'm helping.
Thanks. The heck, guys? Thing does behave weirdly.
Okay. No. I'm gonna die tonight. That's
No,
gonna
you
die.
are not. Patsy, pull it together.
Get out of here.
You guys see an echo of Orion like hurling someone through a window, like right here.
Why you
An
gotta do
echo of
this
it.
to us? Why you gotta do this to us?
All right.
You're writhing, fake writhing on the ground.
Yep. And
Why does this always happen to me? I choose to partner up with people who have an area of expertise in deceit, and they spend like the whole combat sequence feigning pain and
not helping.
an inability to do something, and I have to carry their ass.
Daniel did request that you guys get into a scrap together, so.
Excuse me?
That might be fun.
You thought it might be fun to pretend to get
I didn't want it to be with this person.
crushed while I actually do all the work? Jeez, thank goodness Qualhorn is here.
all right.
You are useless to me, Patsy.
Shit. All right. So I
thought it might be fun.
what is the movement I can take that is
And still do an action.
10
Yeah.
feet and still do an action.
So can I like? Okay, I want to like fall back into this table, like
Yeah.
5 feet or something, or 10 feet or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm ruining everything.
It's okay.
And then I want to use my force screen projector that was given to me by Kitty in a Hoodie.
Kitty in a hoodie!
Thank
Kitty
you. On
Yeah.
9/14/18. And it is basically just a 20-foot wall
Ooh.
that just like of like shield here.
What is it? A force screen projector?
Yeah, like nothing's gonna be able to get through it. So I basically just want to like kind of create like a wall here. I don't know if this is a column that, or
Yeah.
what's going on here, if it would even reach that far, but it just
Yeah, you
just to get
you
a-
set this little like
Yeah, it
orb
would
down on
reach
the
across
table, and
there.
it's
20 feet.
Yeah, I just like I drop it whenever I'm stumbling back to make it look like
yeah, a semi-opaque like wall just slides into place.
Groovy.
and I'm just like, yeah,
Groovy.
I'm looking real rough.
The firelight is flickering strangely off of it.
So, okay, what have we achieved with this wall?
Cutting them off, or
It is a chance to delay them in a way because
Okay.
they can't act without moving in.
Well, desire
5 foot
specifically, right? We've still got 2 wolves over here.
Yeah.
yeah. But even Orion, that's more than 10 feet to get around to you guys, so he
Okay.
wouldn't be able to take an attack.
So we've
So
got time or time to escape. That is the I imagine.
Yeah,
is-
well, I asked you if you wanted to take them down or leave, and you continued the charade of being electrocuted, so...
You hear Qualhorn say in your head, I could try to take over one of their bodies.
Do it, Qualhorn! Qualhorn, get on that! Qualhorn, come on!
That was
Qualhorn.
the idea that I had, right? Of this. So I feel like Qualhorn is gonna try to take over Orion's body because that's the natural choice here.
Perfect.
I don't know. Is it my turn? I feel like I attacked that thing. So I
Yeah,
don't know if-
you attacked.
Do it.
Yeah. So
do it, do
Qualhorn
it.
is telling you on his next turn that he could try to take over this clone Orion's body.
Qualhorn, I can't think of a better place for you to be.
Yeah.
Honest.
I feel like outside of the TID, or outside of this world, some players are, my words just totally fell apart. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, meanwhile, there's this wall.
Okay, so the yolk has been taken away, yes? That's
It's
it.
like in this thing's teeth.
That is incredibly upsetting.
This is just fucking.
This is just a disaster.
Yes,
yeah.
I just rolled a 1 for public speaking. It happens pretty often.
Oh,
That's great.
Lord. Lord. If Patsy did not learn a lesson from this shit, then I don't know if he ever will.
Is there more length on that? Is it getting caught on something? Seems like there's usually more.
Okay,
Or it's going around that side. I see.
Yeah, but it can go around the front. Yeah.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
alright. I'm just gonna punch a wolf in the face.
Excellent.
And I will expend no effort because things are looking bad in the might pool right
I'll
now.
tell you that they're armored, so it may not, like a light weapon may not
Just-
even hurt it.
I'm making eyes at you. Gravity well.
You could expend effort to deal more damage, and then it would.
I'm not going to
get past
expend
its
more
armor.
effort because I am I have no need for a weapon and my fists count as a medium weapon.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You know what? I'll even say that I'm throwing my undrinking drink of anon milk or whatever it is.
Anine milk,
Anine
wash,
milk.
brandy, and that's expensive shit.
That's a 10 and it's getting thrown in his face.
All right.
Patsy's pissed that you throw this drink away. No, Daniel is. Sorry. Patsy's fine with it.
Yep. And you're trained in. Well, you're not trained in,
This
but they
is-
count as a medium weapon.
Yeah.
Are you using any effort?
That sounds like I should use effort, so yes, I'm using 1 tier of effort since you asked.
You're welcome.
He is a benevolent GM
I know,
after all.
I know.
Very benevolent.
Excellent. All right. 6 damage then.
Whoa.
And I will say I will expend a intellect point to charge 3 points of damage the next time that my fist touches a creature from shock.
Does that happen now or next time?
Yeah, that happens right
Okay.
now.
Cool.
It's
Since
charged
my yoke
now,
got
but-
taken away, yeah.
Or is it? Or are you dealing 3 more points of damage now?
3 points of damage right now.
Yeah, as you're punching forward,
Charge
your
up
arm
that punch as I
electrifies.
strike.
Point
Yeah.
blank ranged attack plus 1 acid hit.
Ooh, excellent. All right.
Get shot.
Yeah, and I did say that the electric is extra effective against these things, so
Nice, Bobber.
it's not looking super great. You just you sock it right in the
Right in the kisser.
It like cracks the jaw
Okay.
out wide a little bit, and the punch is like electrifying it. And you're seeing the arcs of electricity jumping between its teeth. And
Good.
it's like
I should hope so.
and that was you guys, right?
Yeah, it's the end of us. Or it might be.
There you can see the wall better now. And Desire is laying down here on the stairs. Orion is here. Patsy, Bobert, the 2 wolves, and Qualhorn.
The Cabalist of Desire is just shouting. He's getting the impression you guys are getting ready to run, so he's like, "Stop them!"
No.
Yeah, he's telling Orion to stop them. Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
worry. We're gonna destroy you first.
And I think he's just basically.
Orion's running for the door to try to block the door. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's just aiding you.
In like the movement.
In the speed check to get there.
That's probably 50 feet. I don't know if I have. Do you have to make a check to get 50? Isn't it like 10 feet is the first length and then 50 feet is the next?
Yeah. There's stuff in the way too, though.
Okay. Speed check.
Yeah. And he's bolstering you.
Use effort. 19.
Jeez, where are these rolls been?
Right? Just crushing it when
Seriously.
I'm not actually playing my character. Maybe I throw a table up in front of one of the doors, right? Because there's 2 doors here. So I toss this table up in front of this
And then
one,
you're just standing in front of the other
in
one.
front of the other.
I'm sorry, guys. Blame Josh.
Fine.
Blame Orion the second.
Roll less good. Try.
We'll see what Qualhern has to do next.
Alright, and Patsy, give me a speed defense.
15.
Alright, this thing's snapping at you. And you're sidestepping away from it. Bobert, give me a speed defense as well.
Gravity well.
Come on, gravity well.
Ready.
Oh, there it is.
First one of
There's
these.
that 20.
Thank the gravity well.
Yes.
Blessed be the gravity
Yes.
well.
First nat 20 of the night. What kind of major effect do you want?
I don't know. Let's see. This is on a mental defense, right?
Speed to
Speed
dodge
defense?
the wolf.
Oh, it jumps into the fire.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's a fireplace behind you.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah, so it lunges towards you. The one that's like all being electrified lunges towards you, and you kick it, and it hurtles it backwards into the fire and crashes into this fireplace, and is just like sparks like popping and sparks flying and pieces of flaming wood being kicked into the room. And
Need those
and
sparks.
it is no longer because it is just being consumed.
Nice.
Bless you, gravity well. Thank you. Thank you.
And Orion went, the wolves went, and the Cabalist went.
So, did Qualhern go again?
Well, now it's back to the group, you guys, the
Okay.
players.
I'm gonna take my action to rest. We have an action. I can just
So
gain
one action
hit
rest.
points back. So I'm gonna do that.
And you could move 10 feet if you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Actually, kind of braced against this table.
Between the wall.
Maybe away from this dog though.
Yeah, there's a wolf right on top of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from it. And then, yeah. So that's just. All right, that's it.
You lean up against the fireplace as those
Yeah, I'm like
sparks are flying from it.
looking even rougher than I was when I came in here.
Yep.
Oh wait, I have armor. So would that have reduced the damage that he did to me by 1? I have 1 armor.
Yes. Every time you've been hit,
Just once.
from normal physical attacks, like from the wolves biting you and Orion hitting you with his
How many
dagger.
times did I get hit?
Orion hit you once.
That was 3 damage.
I think a wolf hit you. I don't know.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
I came in here with 10 and now I've got 3.
I don't remember.
If a wolf hit you, it would have been for 4, and he hit you for 3, so that makes sense.
Adds up.
Yeah.
Okay. So total that would have been
7 damage.
Yeah, and
Minus
so you would
2,
be,
so
you'd
5.
have 2 more, yeah.
Okay, alright, cool. I totally forget about armor in this game.
Yeah, me too. Alright, well... Oh, you're resting?
Yeah, I'm just resting.
Qualhern turns to Orion. Orion,
Josh,
what
finding
a
Josh.
strange moment this has become. I'm trained in tasks requiring incredible focus or concentration.
Excellent.
Jumping bodies surely is that. I'm gonna
For those
use-
watching at home, there's no mechanic for this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This
use-
is an NPC that's just doing his damn thing.
on the loose. A tier of effort, of course. And I rolled another 18.
What the
Oh my god.
Can we please trade die? Just for a moment.
I do think you gotta roll off. So you have to roll as
defense?
Orion.
Okay,
Yeah,
Orion's defense.
Intellect
Fighting
defense.
against himself.
And since you're trained, it'll add 3 to your 18, so you'll be at a 21. And then Orion will roll, and he's
Yeah.
I think he has an inability in intellect defense, right? Or was that was a different
That was
character?
another. I don't have any inabilities, I think, with Orion. Yeah, but he is definitely going to use a tier. I mean, I don't know. At the time that he was cloned, he was only level 1.
Yeah.
So he has 1 tier of effort.
True.
And I rolled a 16. Unbelievable.
What is this?
But ultimately, Qualhern won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but crazy.
So I think this
all
is.
night.
Just rolling so well.
That's incredible.
I'm since there's not really a mechanic for this, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna GM intrusion, and you guys will all get an XP just to kind of dictate that this is this is a thing that doesn't happen immediately. But both of you guys are racked in some
Yeah.
kind of like mental
Okay.
paralysis.
Cool.
I'm
As,
working that
as
on-
you're struggling,
that.
you're struggling in this weird test of
Marking
will,
this on
but neither
They're
of you
both
are
just
able to
like-
do anything. Yeah.
Shaking. Just staring at each other. Yeah, veins popping out of their foreheads.
Except Qualhern doesn't understand it, but is doing it anyway.
There's a thread of like purple black energy that's like tying the two together like a weird string. That's kind of
Meanwhile, Orion never says die.
never even if someone else is driving.
Even if it's a clone.
All right, that was Qualhern. You rested. Bobert is up. We'll give Sophie a moment.
As we listen to the sounds of the continued bar fight.
Yes. Those at home can give the delightful individuals here a follow with the links posted in the chat.
It's your turn, Bobert.
So we have.
These two are in a standoff. You got a XP for a GM intrusion.
Did you mark that for me?
I did. I didn't want you to forget.
That's not.
Because they're in a standoff
Certainly
as
is mine.
the sentience is being.
Yeah, Qualhern won ultimately. I rolled super high. I rolled an 18 and a 16, but Qualhern won. But it
Dice
is
so
gonna
bad.
take like maybe a couple turns to.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Orion is taken up.
And how many wolves do we have left? One.
One wolf on the table.
And where is?
A wolf on the table.
Where's Desire?
Behind the wall still.
Okay. Well, then let's take care of this wolf.
One wolf on the table is worth 2 in the fire.
I will
A
expend
wolf in the... You know what they say.
another
A wolf on the
intellect
table is two wolves in the fire.
to shock with hand to
Oh,
hand.
there's Kirby finally.
Kirby! I forgot I was fighting! Dude, I know, right?
You fool of a hoodie. Just kidding. Never. Never would I say that.
That is a lass of 4.
That does
You know
not
what?
succeed.
I will expend an experience point.
Yeah, to re-roll it.
Yes.
Yeah, you've earned a couple in this.
Yeah. I was
GM
at
has
5,
been,
so
the
it felt
GM
like
has been
Yes.
intruding.
I re-rolled
Excellent recap.
to get a 6. And I will not expend any effort.
But you're
Because I
trained.
can't.
Yeah, it does not succeed.
Curses. Well, I hit the table.
Yeah. Struck the
with
table.
it. Yeah, it's because I wasn't throwing a drink this time.
We weren't wasting alcohol, which sounds awful.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
It's just Daniel saying that.
I know.
Not.
I know.
It's alright. Look at my mic pool.
You guys,
We're back up. Because I got rest.
alright. I'm gonna use a GM intrusion to have the Cabalist of Desire escape.
I will not.
You guys
accept.
cannot
Will
choose not to accept it.
Will not accept.
Somebody's got to pay an XP to refuse.
I will spend one.
No, this is my XP to spend.
Can we each spend a half?
He's like, this is my plot thread.
No.
You can't spend half.
You will.
An XP. Cut it in half. Get the
Bobert
scissors out.
has shown Patsy the way that Patsy already knew. It is my XP to spend.
Bobert spreading the
Thank
passion.
you, Kirby. Thank you. I'm it.
The Cabalist stays.
Okay, but what does happen is he stands up and is moving towards some kind of. He's going upstairs.
Yeah, he's getting out of here.
And both of you who are wearing masks and the Orion clone, though he is occupied, hear the pinging sound.
That's right.
That is when you activate the Cabalist's mask. It alerts all the other Cabalists in the area, and the idea is that they all meet at the place where the ping is going off. So he's basically sending out a call.
SOS.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've got this. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. You take care of what you
The
need.
GM that raises the stakes.
Yep.
Take care of what you need to take
There
care
it
of.
is.
Yep. He was too proud to do it
Living up
until
to his namesake.
until it got out of control.
I'm glad to know that it's out of control.
All right. I got one wolf left. One order. Patsy, give me a speed defense.
Gladly. I got an 8.
And you're not trained or anything, right?
Not in speed defense.
All right. You take 4 damage.
These numbers coming from.
Actually, I'm just throwing out.
minus
Standard
1.
medium weapon.
9, minus 1.
GM intrusion. That it is instead of biting you, it's clamping down on one of your limbs to hold you.
Oh, these guys got like a vice grip.
And it's a GM intrusion, so you could accept it or pay the XP. And I'm costing the XP, I'm sorry.
That's what it was meant.
I know. I'm trying to be putting out more GM intrusions this time around.
Come on.
I'll take it.
All right. All right, so it's going to inflict 4 points of damage every round until you succeed on a difficulty 5 might roll. And while so gripped, the PC's speed defense rolls are modified by 2 steps to your detriment. So,
Say that one more time.
on your turn, if you cannot make a might defense, a might 5 roll, then you'll take 4 damage and
like
continue
DC
to be
15.
held.
Jeez, it's gonna expend me as much effort as it will do the damage to get rid
Yeah,
of
it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It does the same amount of damage that it normally does, but it's making your speed defense rolls 2 steps harder
Oh,
because it's
gotcha.
holding you like it's
Gotcha, okay.
Speed
Alright.
defense or just speed checks?
speed defense. Yeah.
But it's effectively going to cost me as much to use the effort as it will to, like, actually just take the damage.
And you can also just pay an XP to refuse the intrusion. and just
good.
take damage instead. Okay. All right, so it's grab hold of your leg. And that is all my things.
This is terrible.
It's
Who's up?
great. Optimism. Just. Whew. We are here.
Yes.
We are here to entertain.
You guys are going at any order. Qualhern is occupied with his
Well, obviously, I'm going to
transmission.
try to break this. So I'll just go ahead and do that.
Gravity well.
Yeah, and I'm going to
We are
use.
making eyes at you.
Welcome, Terrence.
I'm going to use 2 things of effort.
2 things of effort. 2 whole things.
Two things.
Two things.
Good. I'm glad that you decided to do that because
is
you rolled a 7.
Insanity. My rolls are so wretched. I'm gonna have to re-roll anyway. I should have just not taken the geometry. Lord.
No, I think you did the right thing.
Yeah, you're looking for a 9.
Well, wait. You rolled a 7.
It's too late. I rolled a 5. This dog eats me. I'm.
All right, you take 4 damage.
Jesus. And the effort from the speed defense. Wow.
Okay, which dog has my effort yolk?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Is it the one that's alive?
It can't be this one because this one's got me grabbed.
I'll say he dropped it to grab you. Yeah.
Okay.
Bobert picks up his yolk.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Bobert's time to go to town.
Ooh.
I think I just dropped my D20 into my pencil pouch.
Oh no.
Let's do this.
Curses.
Though my dice have been exceptional this evening.
Yeah, they've been exceptional for Patsy. They'll be exceptional for Bobert. Yeah, let's yolk this.
Josh has been leading the way with the dice rolls tonight.
It's just a 10. And with
You're trained, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay. I'm done with this
Striking this
wolf.
guy.
I'm very done with it.
Yeah, and you've got a medium weapon, and it's electrified.
Correct.
Does it electrify me too? That's
No.
that's the method of tonight.
How much does the electrified normally do?
It's just +1.
Just 1, yeah. Okay.
It's +1 when it's with a weapon, and when it's with a touch, I believe it's something different. But
Okay.
yeah, it's 3 when it's with a touch.
It's still up though, and it's clutching onto Patsy's boot.
Rude.
Rough. That's is it Qualhern?
Still probably doing.
He's
the-
locked in his mental battle.
Okay, that's it then.
Desire is.
Desire is still
upstairs.
Yeah, it's upstairs
He's just
somewhere.
disappeared upstairs.
Yeah, and this thing is still just gripping hold. I'm not sure if it can still do stuff while it's holding. I'm gonna say no, because that seems like it'd be double damage, but alright, so then back to you guys.
I'm gonna wait till after Bobert attacks this thing, because if it dies, then I don't have to waste 9
Okay.
of my pool to try to get out.
I'll just yolk it again.
Okay.
Effort.
15, no effort.
You need it.
Alright, it goes down.
Nice.
Its jaw seems like it might not loosen, like it just totally dies with its jaw tight around your leg, and then you shake it a little bit and it unhinges. And you guys' masks are pinging.
I have to go.
You have to go. Can I move it all after that?
You can move 10
Why would
feet.
you? Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to head up the stairs.
Okay, you chasing after him?
Yeah.
How long did the wall? Is the wall supposed to be there? Is it stay there for a while?
I feel like
Force field?
10 minutes.
Okay.
It's
Seems likely.
So you
a lot of the walls
so
are like
Bobert
that.
starts moving toward the stairs.
Yeah, I guess I do too. Damn.
Okay, so you move 10 feet.
Well, I get my full round out.
Oh yeah.
To move
Okay,
up.
so you move 50 feet. You probably get to the top of the stairs. But he did have like a turn on you.
Yeah.
So
All right, so this is you guys are chasing him. Is the idea?
Yeah, we want to pursue. We want to stop. We want to
We have to.
stop Desire. Yeah.
All right.
Too deep in it now. It's gonna be Cabalist flooding everywhere.
I don't remember exactly how this works, but I'm pretty sure it's a number of successes before a number of failures, and it's going to be speed tests. So we're just going to go with that.
Okay.
Chase deck.
Chase deck. Well, I'll just narrate it, but each one will be a different narrative thing. But you guys are going to use mostly speed checks to overcome that, right? And you're trying to beat his level,
Okay.
basically. So, all right. So give me the first roll as you're charging up, trying to make sure that you don't lose sight of him.
Gravity. Well, I am making eyes at you. For only you have a bird upon you, and this is all that matters. I got a 4.
Use an effort.
That's a 5.
two failures.
For those at home, that is a 5.
All right. It seems
The
like
jumpsuit is really distracting.
I know.
I don't know what to say.
No,
you guys
very
both run
attractive.
upstairs, and it's not totally clear where he is.
I already
right?
used effort. Am I gonna use experience?
So the next
No,
roll is you guys basically searching through rooms for him, trying to find him because like all the doors are closed.
Okay. I just can't waste that effort. I think I'm gonna use experience. It just seems so expensive not to. Maybe it doesn't.
To re-roll it, yeah. I don't know.
I have to trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
They
gonna
have.
re-roll it. I'm not gonna lose sight of him. I got a 12.
It still doesn't get it.
God, what? We gotta bail.
No.
We have to-
No.
Bail.
We are not bailing.
All right. You guys are searching through rooms now. At this point, do some speed
12 didn't make it.
text checks.
Okay, you want double effort? You got it. You got 2 tiers of effort. That's a 17, son.
Only roll
17 with 2 tiers.
Offer up 2 tiers of effort.
All right, you're like kicking down doors, and there's like people who are like staying in these rooms, and they're doing all kinds of various illicit dealings and activities and whatnot. And you kick down one door, and you see the Cabalist of Desire basically leaping out of the window of it.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's go. I'll leap right after it.
All right, speed. Give me a speed check.
So are we both giving you speed? Or is it like one of us?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, this is bad
Don't worry
omen.
about
Bad omen. Killing.
I mean,
worse.
minus like 5, but
Yeah, minus like 70.
Are we both giving you?
Let me give me one quick second to get these rules together because there are rules for them, and I don't want to. I'm kind of just winging this, but it's important that I get it.
Face.
I mean, this is how Bobby thought it was gonna be.
This is not.
Kirby, the rolls have been this juicy all night. I'm afraid to report it.
I haven't rolled anything under a 15, but I've only been playing the NPC Qualhern or the clone of Orion, my actual character. It's been a very strange night. Meanwhile, Patsy has been rolling sub-5s.
All right, so this is from the
3-1 so far tonight for Patsy.
this is from Discovery, the new book, which I bought on PDF, but haven't totally digested all the rules from. So some things have popped up. But this is a chase. So when a PC is chasing an NPC or vice versa, the player should attempt a speed action with the difficulty based on the NPC's level. So that's what I've been doing. If the PC succeeds at the roll, they catch the NPC if chasing, or they get away if chased. In terms of the story, this one roll mechanic can be the result of a long chase over many rounds. Alternatively, the GM
if the GM wants to play out a long chase, which is what I was doing, the character can make many rolls, perhaps one per level of the NPC, to finish the pursuit successfully. For every failure, the PC must make another success, and if they ever have more failures than successes, the PC fails to catch the NPC if chasing.
Interesting method.
So is it that we're both rolling succeeds and
Yeah.
because
I
it's
think
two
so.
of us? So Bobert succeeded
This
last
situation
round.
seems like it's really one person doing it.
It
But-
does, yeah.
But we'll just say that
That you count as a
lost.
team.
Yeah, I guess we could do
The
that.
rolls count as a team.
Yeah.
And they're like running side by side, and then one person does the one.
Or I mean, I failed and then
I think you lost
behind.
it. Yeah. You're too
Alright.
far behind to keep up at this point, but Bobert's still going. Well, because you had more failures than successes after 2 attempts and 2 failures, right?
Did we
Yeah.
roll once or twice?
Yeah, we were talking about that before. Void Effigy, talking about the number of successes before number of failures.
Yeah.
I've rolled one failure. Right.
You rolled twice, right?
No, I used it.
Okay, well, give me the second roll, and if it's a failure, then you've
Can I
lost.
stop rolling tonight?
No, Ryan. Who can
Yeah,
say that?
you've lost. You lost track.
What is that?
There it is, another
So it's laughable.
another sub 5 roll.
So Patsy collapses on the stairs, and is just.
Well, you're like looking through these rooms, and you get totally tied up, and like some people start shouting at you and are like throwing things at you, and you're like totally at a certain point you escape that, and then you're like, fuck, I totally lost it. But Bobert's still hot on the trail.
Focused in.
And do you have like advantage on running or anything like that? I feel that might be Joe.
I am trained in running.
Yeah, so keep that in
Running,
mind.
climbing, swimming, balancing, and construction.
Excellent. Yeah.
trained in bowling.
In construction.
Love it.
Perfect.
That was one of my make your own skills.
Yeah.
To encompass repaired, disrepaired.
Yeah. Cool. All right, give me another roll then. And you've had one
People have
success.
been breaking each
And
other's
one
jaws
failure.
and glasses for so long.
What is this? No risk of infinite rolls. Oh boy. Okay.
I wish.
That's a 15.
Yep, that succeeds.
Alright, so they back out on the street.
So now they're on the street. You've leapt out into the street.
Finally.
And there's this just crazy tumult of merchants and whatnot, right? That's going on, and he's sprinting, and his silken like clothes are just billowing behind him, and he's just like ruthlessly, think like a villain in an action movie, like he's just throwing people in your way, and just like
Guys, I think
all out sprint.
I
right?
think it's time. I think it's time to ride the lightning.
Yeah. What does it mean?
So this means that I can move a long distance from one location to another almost instantaneously, carried by a bolt of lightning. I must be able to see the new location,
Raiden style.
and there must be no intervening barriers. And it's just an action that costs me 4 intellect points.
It's so epic.
So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna instantaneously move to in front of where he is.
Okay, but
and-
I'm gonna say that you need to give me a speed check first
Okay.
to get to a point where you can get a good angle where there is no obstacles. Because right now there's a bunch
Wait,
of
what
people
was the
in the way.
15 for? What was the 15 roll for?
that was just to not lose sight of him.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
This
Yeah, you've had
carriage is gonna be the
two
death of
successes
me.
right now.
Stay up there.
Really selling
Should
that.
turn
thing.
that down. Again.
Yeah, good point, Void Effigy, that there is a possibility of just this going on for a long
The
time. But
infinite rolls.
Should I use experience if you roll?
She rolled a 6.
this is just you getting to a good angle where you have a line of sight without
Okay.
obstacles to the point that you're trying to land, right?
Okay.
So you're literally just jumping up on like a fruit cart or something. This isn't.
Of course.
This is. Would you get a
Obligatory
6?
fruit cart in the margin.
Up onto a fruit cart. you
Onto a
say?
fruit
Oh,
cart. Yes,
oh.
yes, yes,
That's
Train
surprising.
Master.
Here's one.
What do you know?
So are you suggesting the task isn't that difficult?
Oh wait, this is
Give me
before
a
you jump.
minute. Give me.
This is before you jump.
Yeah, we'll need to move the camera.
So it's over here.
You got a 6. It does succeed. That's just a standard
Everyone at home.
a standard
I'm so
task. This
stressed.
isn't that demanding. So you hop up on this
Really
cart
can't think.
and
It just charges up in me. I find that bolt, I ride it, and when I come out of it, I am like an Olympic figure skater and
Yes.
just turn out, stick that landing perfectly.
but a figure skater who's like flexing as you're blasting forward in the lightning.
Just a bit, not intentionally, just a bit.
Perfect. Excellent.
And this is the greatest feeling that Bobert can have, is to ride the lightning. Here we are.
In a
I
flash,
feel like I've done one thing right tonight.
a flash of lightning, Bobert appears before
Desire.
Cabalist of
Here's
Desire.
Bobber. Here's the Cabalist of Desire in his white vest.
Shoot. Alright.
He skids to a halt.
Can I?
Yolk him! I want to yolk him, but it's probably not my turn.
He points his thing at you. Give me an intellect.
God, fuck this guy.
Where's the gravity one? Do not do me wrong. That's a 15.
That succeeds.
Can I?
Now it's your turn.
Can I make a
Yolk
thought?
him!
Yeah, you can
like-
still be doing stuff. It's just not like, tied with this.
So I've lost track of them, and I'm like, I just think this thought. Crawl hard. Back to the horses.
Yeah.
And I like search for a window to like stumble out of. Patsy's looking rough.
So you just took hold of Orion, and then you're like, I just got this.
Okay. I'm going to use Fire Inside, which lowers the difficulty of a task by 1. I am going to use 1 tier of effort because I don't think I can afford more than that.
Also, can I be running back to the
And I'm
window?
gonna try to yoke this guy.
All right.
So difficulty lowered by 1 tier of effort. Gravity well. You are on an 18. There is a bird upon you. Do not forsake me. I rolled a 3.
No.
I am going to expend
Oh gosh, you're
an
using so
experience
much.
point because I do not want this to fail. And I rolled a 6, which is better than a 3, but still
And
a
it's
6.
Used by 2.
It's eased by 2.
Yeah, 1 tier of effort, Fire Inside. This
Still
guy
doesn't
has
hit it.
wronged Orion. I'm just gonna shock the heck out of the concrete.
Yeah. He's pretty deftly avoiding you.
This farmer out of the shot. Come on.
But he's our favorite character.
Come on. He's always popping up.
Farmer.
You have done so much tonight for me, Robert.
I am about
Do you want me
dead.
to roll to like go back into the horses, or just
you
assume
need to
that
cool
it
it.
takes a couple
Yeah, it
rounds?
just takes a couple rounds.
How do I get over there?
He is taking a tactful approach instead, and is like, look, I feel like you've done enough damage this day, and unless you scatter and be gone, the roach that you are, my Cabalists are coming to the point where my mask is, and they will be upon you. It would be wise for you to not be near me. That's his convincing
Do I need
of
to
you.
counter that? How well did he do?
You'll have to, roll. Give me a roll. He's also trained.
That's an 8.
Seems pretty convincing.
No.
And even as you're scanning the crowds, you're seeing like people with masks, and you're just finding yourself like paranoid.
would
Like,
rather
are they coming this? They're moving this direction.
Would rather die.
And thus ends Bobert.
How do I handle this? I am not backing down.
No.
Okay,
Do I
on your
have
turn.
to back down?
It's your turn.
I'm gonna try to yoke him again.
Okay.
Shit. Wait, where am I? And what am I doing? And
Yeah,
what
that's
turn
up
is
to you.
it?
It's your turn.
Yeah,
it's any
you're
of
up.
our turns.
So, yeah, you've had what 2 turns up in the.
I wanted
Upstairs?
to stumble out a window,
Okay.
if I could, and then run back to the carriage.
Okay, you're back there.
Am I there?
Mm-hmm.
Did Quillhorn behave? Did you go back to the horses, or did you stay in this?
It
stand?
takes a couple turns.
I think
and
I think next turn he'll be back. Yeah.
the horses are just sitting there weirdly motionless.
I think they're normal horses again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I
They're
made
just
it back
they're
here.
a little bit confused.
Can I whip the reins, or do I not have that
Yeah.
much?
You're taking off without Qualhorn though, which is fine. Whatever.
Quillhorn to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably will still be close enough to jump into him.
I'm just like tramping through the city. I'm just trying to get to Bobber before Bobber makes a stupid fucking decision.
Oh yeah, also you see Orion standing outside staring at the horses intently.
Yeah.
He's like
the purplish thread.
Yeah.
Is like moving to all of them.
Stupid is just another word for panache in it.
Yep. All right, give me
I
a.
make some sort of like sneer at clone Orion.
Okay, maybe instead of attacking, I
Yeah, give me a speed or like intellect to
counter
get the horses moving.
persuade.
I'm using 2 tiers of effort.
Okay, dang. Would you get a 7?
A 2!
A 2.
Wait, that's an
No, I moved my
You
paper.
moved
It
it.
was a 2. It was a 2. I expended 2 tiers of effort.
Man, I think to get the horses moving
I don't know what it would take. What does it
with
take?
2 tiers of effort, I think.
so low.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a standard task. It's not a demanding task, right?
No.
So standard and 2 tiers makes it routine, so you don't need a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't need to roll?
You would need to roll, but you
If I
you
used
still
effort.
use the.
Oh,
2
okay,
effort,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So you,
Anything I can do not to roll tonight would
yeah.
be right.
You whip the steeds and the rear up, and the purplish thread is severed and retreats back to Orion, and Qualhorn just gestures ambiguously. It's just like whoa. as you just ride off into the street, crashing through fruit carts left and right.
I think
Excellent.
Quillhorn is an excellent companion, but
And
Robert's life is in danger.
crashing toward Bobbert, right? And
Oh,
Desire.
actually, you're flying around a corner, and there's a merchant who has a particular breed of blood barm that is very large, that is like 5 feet tall, and it seems like each of those pustules has a little trinket inside of it. So as it's moving, they're kind of like bobbing around inside of them.
Weird.
And you like smash into this thing, and the pustules like just pop in here.
My cabbages!
My cabbages!
classic.
Because every chase must destroy many things.
Perfect.
All right, so we were back to. Did you just go or did I just go?
They
far
just
did I
went,
move this?
so I still have a turn.
Okay.
Did
Yes,
this
'cause I was
just
saying
get
it's-
going, or did it move closer to them?
Yeah, you're a
Oh, yeah.
click.
Also, I guess this thing isn't probably in the middle of the
Do I
street.
see the
Your
carriage?
story -1 from them.
Okay, story -1.
Like he'll be there in a turn.
Plot
Yeah.
-1.
I mean, he gave a pretty convincing roll. I feel like I wouldn't attack him again. I might make a persuasion though. He told me that I don't want to be near him because his people are coming.
Yeah, and you know that the ping is like to him, right?
Yeah.
It's even happening with your mask.
It's to his mask.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Can I just break my mask? Can I just drop it on the ground and step on it?
You can, but his mask is the one that's making
okay.
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
is a message.
You don't have to roll.
Ooh.
I might roll a persuasion to go
Okay.
with it with no effort.
Okay.
Just Bobert talking as he does. Gravity well, come on.
Give it to us, Gravity Well.
That's a 10.
And what are you saying? What's your persuasion?
I drop my mask on the ground. Stomp on it.
Flinches.
It's useless now.
When are you gonna stop playing games and just be what you ought to be? Everyone's gonna see you in the end for what you really are. You're just stalling for the inevitable.
But the games I play are beyond the sight of mortal men.
Find that hard to believe, mortal man.
He turns and sprints away.
I'm waiting for my carriage.
The carriage arrives.
Get in!
with people running behind it, shouting, "My cabbages!"
No. Perfect. Bobert dejectedly gets in.
That bell's ringing. Patsy's bell has been rung.
Well, this was probably not what Patsy planned.
In zero capacity. Not a single thing that happened. As we ride off into the sunset.
Bobby is sorry. I did my best.
Bobber did way more than Bobber ought to have.
Gosh, this
Oh, and we
horse-
lost Quillhorn. God, this
You
is
can catch up with Quality.
Dang, we should wrap up, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave you with an echo of mystery.
perfect.
Perfect. Bobert, as you mount up the carriage, you see an echo of this incredible, majestic beast flying through the air. A Z Drake. It's basically a dragon with a kind of weird. I'll show you a picture in a second, but it has this weird like head thing going on, kind of almost like a horn. Majestic, beautiful white beast with a rider atop of it. This is an echo, so a kind of ghost-like image swoops down and lands on the roof of the building across from you, and the rider dismounts with beautiful shining hair in the sunlight and turns and looks, and it is a younger version of yourself.
What?
From Bobert's mysterious past that she has forgotten. He has forgotten from his time spent within the Jade Colossus.
What?
Well, Bobert's okay, but
And is
Sophie's
wearing
right.
What?
is wearing a full suit of armor and is like have some regalia.
Yeah, it
and
just looks
pins and whatnot.
resplendent as shit.
Yeah.
Bybert, young Bybert.
And with that, we will bid thee adieu until next week, which we will make short work of Shallamas and reunite in Bodrov.
Yeah. Rough times.
Well, that was something.
Thanks for standing in.
I am like 4 points away from death.
Excellent.
You seen these pools? They're
I'm
rough.
1, 3, 6.
Dang, y'all.
I
Those
literally
dog
have
bites are nasty as fuck.
I have 3 points left.
Because I was using effort to do the speed defenses against it, and then if I failed, it still did damage. So it was
Let
like,
it be noted that it was worth 2 tiers of effort to catch the ball that was an echo that didn't exist.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Absolutely.
It was totally worth
Would
it.
not trade those
I do
points
remember
in.
shaking my head at that.
Would not trade them in for anything.
Well, if you guys have liked the entertainment that we have provided
Or
this
if you're
evening,
just miserable.
Yeah, or laughed at me all evening. That's also fine.
If you like the way that we roll only 10s and below,
Unless you're playing NPCs.
2.
unless you were
This is
playing
a 2.
NPCs, that's a 2.
2. We'll talk about that Void Effigy. Void Effigy's going to come and join the table.
Here's a 9.
Oh, love it.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, please.
If you have enjoyed what the entertainment you have had this evening, please give us a follow. We're going to be doing many more streams in the future, trying out some different games, different systems. We're going to be voting soon when we get to our 15 subscriber goal to see what our next weekly stream is going to be. And we have a few more weeks left of Numenera, and then we'll be starting up an excellent Fate campaign,
Dun, dun, dun.
which Josh is cooking up. An excellent Fate fantasy horror exploration campaign. Reminds me much of Into the Mountains of Madness. It's gonna be wild. So stay tuned for that. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe. Check us out on the socials. Don't forget about Trust.
Trust.
Don't trust our rolls.
And stay tuned for a few more minutes. We're gonna raid somebody.
This wagon wheel off.
That's
Perfect.
basically like a negative
Perfect.
5.
What is
Yeah.
happening?